which is why I really honestly think we need to get Paul out of test gaming and
It's true.
Just get rid
I
of
agree
him.
100%.
Whoa, we're live. We're live. Here we go. Welcome, everybody, to the Captain's Table. My name is Paul, Berserker01, Batman, Shelley. This is the Astro Pub. This has become a tradition amongst test gaming streamers to fuck with the host of this show whenever possible.
Wait, literally? No one told me that.
INN2.
You were being nice.
Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about fuck. What are we going to talk about today?
World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft.
EVE Online.
Hey, I was here to talk about Dr. Mario.
Yeah.
Dr. Mario, please. Goat Simulator.
Goat Sim. Yes. Goat Sim.
Goat Sim.
The hype was on Goat
17.
Sim.
Hey, Paul, have you taken a look at the live view yet?
No, I haven't.
You should. Jake, you're beautiful, Jake. I gotta say,
What?
you're beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
Although,
Look at me.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Look at me.
Wait.
I'm
Here,
so wonderful.
yeah.
There.
This is a professional show. I can
Professional. We're completely professionals here.
Bill Cosby. Someone's asking.
Actually, you just should keep it like this. I don't mind.
Aw.
My hair grows out so fast, guys.
No, that's...
Snivel Wizard. We love you too, Snivel Wizard.
There he is. There's the man, the myth, the legend. The possible rhino.
I am two of those three things. I'll let you decide which two.
He's also Canadian.
No.
Definitely not Canadian.
Everyone is Canadian now in Star Citizen.
Actually, Jake, how far away from me are you?
Probably like
an
45
hour?
minutes at
Yeah.
most.
Anyways, we're gonna
That's
do.
correct
This is
about
the Captain's Table where we talk all things Star Citizen. This week we're going to be doing specifically CitizenCon because that is the hype that is real right now that is going on. There's and you know, I love CIG, I do, but they have not tempered my hype. Like whenever I meet a CIG employee, they're like, "Wait till you see CitizenCon.
You have no idea
Wait
what's
for
coming.
it. You have no fucking idea." I'm like, "Fuck you guys!" All right, I'm trying to mitigate my expectations. I expect Chris Robertson to like walk on, light himself on fire, and be like, "Star Citizen will be God" or something like that. I don't know. Like
At this point, if it's anything less than Mark Hamill presenting and
Right?
playing the new
Exactly.
Squadron 42 mission, it's not going to be good enough for me. Like it's got to be Mark himself playing that Squadron 42 mission when they show it off.
Hey, I just want to meet Gilligan Anderson at this point. They're hyping it so much.
Mark comes out on stage and he's like, "Hey, Squadron 42
Released.
yeah,
right now.
Yeah.
Go download it.
We have kiosks in the theater for those of you who are here. You at home, download right now."
And we'll scan your face and put it in the game for you right now.
There you go.
Fucking-
So what we're gonna do is we are going to be introducing as we normally do all of the people. We're going to start with the man above me, the man upstairs, the Nubifier himself. Who are you? Where can they find you?
So I'm the Nubifier. I'm a redacted team member, and I basically make no bullshit YouTube videos for you and everyone, but more, specifically for you.
Yeah.
So the whole point of my content is in and out in 2 or 3 minutes. Only what you need to know. None of the crap that goes that other people might talk about. So
That was my wedding vow, actually.
I would like to.
Which one?
In and out in 2 or 3 minutes.
No, I was going to say which wedding vow.
Yeah, which wife is that what he's asking?
Yeah, which wife?
Which of the wives? Okay.
Yes.
So, and a very revealing thing about me, I am a CitizenCon virgin. So I'm super excited, obviously, to go.
Me too.
I think it's actually a lot of
Like-
CitizenCon virgins in here. So,
Yeah.
this is my first CitizenCon going to it live.
I want to meet
so.
everybody. I want to say hi to everybody.
Alrighty.
Sounds
So
creepy.
And he's also going to be, well, not him, but HTC Voice
HTS.
Packs is going to be giving, it's the Ryan, right?
Yep.
HCS.
the HCS Voice Packs is giving away an Orion Voice Pack for Voice Attack. We're going to be doing that here on
Both.
both. Yeah,
Yes.
both Voice Attack and Orion. So, and if you guys don't know, Orion is a voice pack that is voiced by the man from space who's climbing the mountain. Why is he climbing that mountain?
Why is he climbing the mountain?
Because he's making
Have
love.
sex with the mountain. No, not love. Sex. He's trying to
Making sex. He's making sex.
I have that song completely on my playlist when I stream.
No, Baron did
That
that.
sounds like an involved process.
Sorry for train wrecking this whole thing, but Baron.
Welcome to the captain's table. We don't know shit. That's
first
what we
showed
do
up.
here.
So part of his intro, he got a copy of HCS Voice Pack to demo on his stream, and it was funny. I tuned in, and his whole like regular intro, and then the first thing that you hear is that song, the Kirk song, and he just let it play for like fucking 4 minutes, and I was just like, what am I watching? Right? And the people you could have seen chat was just like lol lol lol. It was really good. It was very entertaining.
But it's William Shatner who does the voice pack, and so if you want to have William Shatner whisper in your ear and do commands for your ship,
Or turn up the volume, and then he'll yell.
yeah.
It's just a Wednesday.
Khan! I can't believe they could get him to do that. You know,
Right. Maybe it's in there. Maybe it's an Easter egg. Maybe you can find it in the voice
maybe.
files.
I just want him to say, what does God need with an Idris?
Alrighty. And you can always follow him on YouTube. He it's I see if I got. Did I get your
well, you
right
can
this time?
Just
Brian?
Google Brian MP5T is my place. If you guys are interested in seeing the prize, it's also up there in the voice pack section and end of rant.
All right, and then next we have Jake Acapella.
Hi, I'm Jake. I'm from a little tiny baby fledgling website known as the Imperial News Network.
You probably never heard of it.
Yeah, I mean, we do things, and we're fully under the employ of Cloud Imperium Games LLC.
100% official CIG.
Oh, everyone is official CIG in this chat now, by the way. I don't
Yep.
know if you realize that. GameCase, congratulations, you're now part of Star Citizen.
Take my word as fact.
Yes.
Everything I say is going to be in the game 100% without a doubt.
Yeah, no, 100%. Everything is confirmed on the stream. And Jake is the one who actually gave us all this power, so, you know, that's what happened.
Yes. No, but yeah, imperialnews.network is this little site I help do things on. We have a podcast every Saturday, right before this one, twitch.tv/INN live. So if you want like a whole day of just pure nonsense and Star Citizen blended together on puree, then watch our podcast and then come over here.
Yeah,
watch this one.
When we normally did the Captain's Table
Yeah.
on Saturdays, yeah. We're doing specials because it's, you know, because I was a dumbass and forgot to bring my goddamn, or forgot to set everything up properly for a live version at TwitchCon. But it's also makes sense because CitizenCon 2016, baby, you know?
we all know this.
I'm a dumbass. This is a fact.
Yes.
Of,
fact.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
So
you're a classy dumbass.
11:30 Pacific, 2:30 Eastern every Saturday on twitch.tv/INN live. Keep an eye on the site though. We're gonna have some fun goodies to share after this weekend is over.
You think?
Yes.
Are you sure?
We have a new face. Probably you've seen him in chat. You've probably seen him moderate many of your favorite Star Citizen streamers. And
curse his name at least once or twice if you haven't behaved in one of these times.
This is the man, the myth, the chocolate love that is Fast Cart.
Hello, everyone. I am Fast Cart,
Chocolate love.
otherwise known as FC. You can find me at fast_cart on Twitter. And during CitizenCon, I'll be taking part of a bounty hunting for the base radio.
Oh yeah.
You can find me and 6 other people, and if you find all of us and then find the person in charge of running the event, you win a prize. It'll be a beer mug, a Star Citizen beer mug, and there'll be 2 runners-up prize too. So even if you don't get the first prize, you still have a chance of getting something.
There's
yes,
some
but
smelly INN Canadians part of that scavenger hunt.
that's
Oh, the
correct.
INN Canadians.
Isn't Gamble Canadian?
Is it Gamble?
French,
Gambles?
he's Dutch
Is part of this?
He's Dutch Canadian.
Yeah. Dutch Canadian, forgot.
He's the most famous citizen of Dutch Canada.
He was actually born in maple syrup,
Yes. He emerged from maple syrup. Is how
like
that
aliens. You know, like
happened.
Yeah.
But Paul is correct. I am moderator for a number of channels, too many to list at the moment. But I've been called the ambassador of Star Citizen. I won't say who called me that. Maybe it's just me.
Fastcart, you're Neelix.
That's awesome.
In charge of
That's
morale
the
and
best.
That would be
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I walked into that one.
You guys are gonna. Jake,
I
you're gonna
love
make,
Neelix. I don't care what anyone says. That was
Neelix is
you're
probably one of the
okay.
most
Oh, that's
interesting
a
characters in
compliment.
Voyager. I'll give you that.
Yeah, but
Did
Jake,
anyone
you're
see
probably
that?
gonna make Captain Steve pretty angry because he considers himself the community builder.
Yeah, he's
So-
the
and
community
he wants-
manager.
I'm sure he wants to
Yeah,
be.
something
the leader.
completely
Yeah, he's
different.
community manager. That's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, see, he reports the fast card. That's how this works.
That's
Yes.
who reports about it.
Does that make him Kess?
Yes.
Yes, Steve is Kess. That's right.
Oh Jesus.
Janeway.
Call me.
Who's Janeway? That would be Tokyo. Tokyo is Janeway.
Okay.
Yep.
No,
appropriate.
no, that is a horrible insult to Janeway. I would not abide by
Interesting
that.
note. I've got
Wouldn't
it.
he be
added in
Harry?
here.
Who would
Harry,
Okay,
yeah.
see, now you've
Harry
got me
Kim.
Harry Kim.
Yeah.
Harry Kim,
maybe,
yeah.
Except Harry Kim. Was actually
That would be
competent.
Bear. Bear would
That's
be
the
Harry.
problem.
It has to
Harry
be
was
Bear
competent.
since this is in chat.
I'm trying to think who would Tokyo be. He'd be like one of the Kazon that can't even fire the weapon. That's it.
He's so good at meeting people, though. Like honestly,
Yeah,
at
But he had better hair though than the Kazon.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Tokyo's the guy that if you need anything from some random part of the galaxy, he shows
That's-
up with it in less than
exactly.
5 seconds.
That's yeah.
I-
who was Neelix's friend that got him in trouble? Who was the wheeler and dealer? That's who Tokyo.
Oh yeah.
the other Talaxian. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
I forget.
But yeah, there you go. That's who Tokyo is. I can't remember that guy's name.
Other
I
Neelix.
think I have more Tokyo business cards than I do my own business cards.
That's so
So
true. He
So I'll
gave
just
me
end my introduction
3.
by saying I'm Neelix now. So
yeah.
Yes.
And now,
Fastcart, Neelix.
moving on.
Fast
Another
Neelix.
new face here at the captain's table, the Game Case. You may have seen him on such streams as the Game Case and the Game Case. He's a newer Star Citizen streamer, but I'll let him tell you a little bit about himself. Go ahead.
So I just started streaming Star Citizen maybe a month and a half ago. But I have been watching and obsessing over Star Citizen for probably a year and a half. I knew that I was always going to get into it. And luckily enough, someone actually gifted me into it. So little like shout out to Oakenboken, one of Bad News Baron's mods, for doing to that. Then roping me into the BNG SC org really quick. So I'm going to be doing some things over there, and I'm like, I want to say thank you to this entire community for everything that you guys have done and putting out the content and being just so informative and great for those of us that are interested in the game, keeping us interested, and then being so awesome once we're in the game. You guys all rock.
Someone clip that and then submit it to Lando's video thing.
Yeah, exactly.
unfortunately, I think the deadline was just
Deadline
Yeah,
was
deadline was
yesterday.
But that was super cool. That was actually a really good idea that Lando came up with. I don't know if it was him specifically, but I know that it was his post. And when I saw that, I just smiled because I'm like, that's exactly
fantastic.
what I want to watch at the venue while I'm getting ready to sit down. That would be really cool. So yeah.
Awesome. And you can
Or
find
even like lead the stream with that.
you can find the Game Case on twitch.tv/the Game Case, right?
Yeah, I basically live there.
Yeah.
I'm currently unemployed, so it's my van down by the river. Come check it out.
Down by the river.
And then we have the talented, lovely, and scary Miss Hearts. I was going to say
Ooh, that is
fast
the
card.
best compliment I have received all day.
Yeah. Who are you?
That's
Where
a
can they
very
find you?
interesting set of adjectives.
I'll take it, man. I am Ms. Hearts. I am a test gaming streamer. I am part of the SC Lorecast cast. I am one of the founders of Diverse the Verse. What else do? I do an insane amount of crazy. I'm a dancer by that didn't sound good. I was gonna say I'm a dancer by night, which is kind of
She's a
true.
dancer by night.
I'm a semi-professional dancer. I'm a graphic
She's a
designer by
steel worker
day.
by day and a
Well done.
dancer by night.
I don't sleep.
And if you actually got that reference, that means you're old.
And sorry, I need to
beard.
bring.
Yeah,
the
you
beard
got it. We have the
Yep.
beard tax. You have to have the beard tax.
Yeah.
Well, Nubifier's
Beard
breaking
tax.
the beard tax up because he's completely shaven. And Jake.
I got a little.
And Jake's got a baby
We've
face.
we've
and
got a
he has
diverse
beard,
cast
so it
here.
doesn't
We've got
count.
2 people without beards. Because
No,
Ms.
no,
Hart's
no.
always has a beard.
I wasn't aware that it was a requirement. So.
Space ones
I
on
always
beards,
keep mine
damn it.
handy.
Yeah. Alrighty, and then we have, well, I am legally obligated to say that Eric McKitton is a Star Citizen streamer. I am
correct.
not allowed to say about that he is a fucking diva and that I have to talk to
That is
his
true. You
lawyers
cannot say
4
that.
fucking times to be able to get him onto any goddamn show. But yes.
And you're
He
not
has
allowed
enough
to bring
beard.
up any
He has enough beard for all of us.
Or restraining orders.
Yeah, or the restraining orders, yeah. Who are you? Where
That's
are you
why.
from?
That's why Dolvac hasn't been back on the captain's table in a while.
Until we get that settled, he's not allowed to be
not
on
allowed.
the same broadcast with me. I'm Eric McKetton, all one word, a Twitch streamer, and also the same ID on Twitter. And that's, I don't know, I'm an original backer, and I've been streaming Star Citizen for almost 2 years now. And at least 2 or 3 days of that, I haven't cursed out Chris Roberts or his developers for the crashes that they have generated in the extreme.
He's got a
levels of
counter.
stress.
You get used to it though.
Yeah, you get used to it to the point
Yeah.
where that becomes the game. Like the
Right.
bugs are the fun part. It's when it's working right, you get bored. I've actually noticed that recently. That when everything works fine, I'm like, now what do I do? I don't know what to do. I've never had 20 minutes of uninterrupted gameplay. What do I do?
You wanna say
60
alpha.
frames.
You
What?
just can't just go alpha every 5 minutes, and get going. You have to talk to people.
I think the first question needs to be answered by Jake, and I really want to hear the answer for this.
Oh no!
if you have questions,
Let me
exclamation
see.
point question, exclamation point question mark, and exclamation point questions all lead you to the same thing. Go fill out that form, put your name in it, let us know. You can ask questions for myself or anybody else here on the panel. I want to lead with the big question, which is, what is your plans for Sunday at 3:00?
Well, I think I speak for everybody when I say we're watching the second presidential debate.
Yeah, no,
Hillary. I don't know.
Whoa. Wow, Miss Hodge.
I just realized that is at the same time.
It says
as
at the exact same time as
Is
CitizenCon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not notice that.
That's awesome.
No one's gonna care.
My sorry butt is going to be in a chair
Mine
in
too.
the Avalon nightclub in Los Angeles, watching glory unfold before my eyes.
No flip flops.
Wait.
And no
They're
hats.
showing
Right?
Glory. That's a good show, a good movie. We should.
Yeah, I was
we
gonna
should
say
watch
I would be at
Yeah.
I would love to see Glory at the Avalon. That'd be
Yeah.
a hell of a experience.
that.
Oh, there's also some slideshow.
Yeah, that's that thing. How about you,
JPEGs.
Nubifire?
I'm definitely gonna be there. No
Okay.
shit.
No
that's
bullshit.
the whole point. No bullshit. I actually I think I have an idea of what I'm gonna see, but it's not the same, right? Like you're sitting at home and you see it, but you see it. It's kind of like watching a hockey game. I know I'm Canadian, so get over it. But you watch a hockey game on TV. It's not the same because you hear the dude and everything like that. But when you're at the game, you hear nothing but the puck and the dudes. So that's what I'm hoping from this experience of going there. Plus meeting everyone. I've already said that. And I know that's the whole reason I'm going at like 5,000 kilometers or whatever. What is that? 3,000 something miles.
Yeah.
Anyways, definitely going to be there. And I'm also looking forward to the after party because I think there's Bar Citizen right across the street. That was
Yeah.
a rumor. That's not a rumor. Confirmed.
No, that's fact.
Done.
That's
Now here's a
It's-
question:
it's
is
on-
Is
either.
that the test after party that we were putting together?
No,
I'm gonna crash your party.
CIG.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna crash it.
It's on the FAQ. It's the same place that the Bar Citizen on Saturday is at.
Okay.
It's directly across from the venue.
33.
Those guys are gonna love Star Citizen. They're gonna be like, "What the hell's this Star Citizen? And why are we millionaires now?" Right?
I think they gave them fair warning. I think.
Yeah. Make sure there's beer.
But
We have
but yeah,
600 people who may or may not show up to drink alcohol with you.
the venue where CitizenCon is shutting down at 10, but then we all will just migrate over there, and that's open till 2.
The bar's gonna start taking Bitcoin because of us.
Yep.
Nerds go in,
UEC.
UEC.
I'll give them the
UEC
war
or
bond
Alpha
we got
UEC?
last year.
Yeah, I'll trade you an M7A
Alpha
for a
UEC.
beer, right?
Alrighty, and Eric, you're going to be at the event, right?
No, I am not going. Every time
I keep asking you that, and you keep telling me the same answer.
everybody asks me that like daily, same people too. So what do you? I can't wait to see you at CitizenCon. I'm not going to be there. I told you that yesterday. Oh, that's right. And then the very next day, hey, are you going to be at CitizenCon? No,
It's
we
because
talked
you
about
went.
this-
It's because you went to PAX West. It's because you went to PAX
Yeah.
West. That's the reason why. Because everyone
precedence
assumes
was
you're going to
set.
go to all these cons now that you've been to a PAX West. You know?
that I drove 2 hours away from my home.
Yeah.
For a convention. Yep, that's basically my job at PAX West was to keep Tokyo from getting arrested.
That's
And did you
every
succeed?
test. Yeah.
I succeeded for the time I was there. It was tough. It was tough because it was him and WTFosaurus together drinking out on the streets of Seattle. So there was chances that things could have gone very sideways, but we kept it pretty much on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, we were in charge of him in Boston and PAX East, and
I was in charge of all of test gaming apparently in PAX South, and I did a terrible job. I did a fucking horrible job.
I saw that stream. They're odd shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were definitely fired.
I am not a person to handle Captain Richard or Supreme Tokyo. How about you, Miss Archer? You're gonna be at the event, right?
I will be there. Yes.
And the game case, I don't think you will, right?
I was actually planning on going, but then I heard that they're actually just going to have a showing of the movie The Rocketeer,
Yeah.
and then announce that they're actually transitioning to a mobile and Facebook game. So
see, I heard the same thing, but they clarified they're showing Rocket Man.
As sung by
Totally
is it
different
too late to book tickets?
It changes everything.
And
No, I actually, to be perfectly honest, I got into Star Citizen a little bit. Tickets were already sold out. I totally wanted to be there.
They were sold out in like a
An
couple
hour.
minutes. Yeah. It was
like I was
insane.
like I literally got subscriber just so I could get CitizenCon tickets. Like I am that motherfucker who
Yeah,
paid
I did
$10
too.
to
I
subscribe.
refuse to do that.
I'm going to renew my subscription right now because I forgot about that. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
But yeah, and Fast Cart, you will of course be there. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not a
they're
CitizenCon
probably
unless
got the-
Fast Cart walks in. You know,
They're gonna probably have to put a
Wait,
boot on my
what?
card.
I said it's
They're probably gonna put a boot on my card to make sure I don't rush the stage or anything. one thing I am looking forward to is that I heard at the Gamescom event, the bass was so loud that you could just feel everything. I'm looking forward to feeling the event.
feeling the
I'm-
event, not even seeing it, just feeling it.
Yeah, it's a whole experience.
The last CIG event I went to was the infamous PAX East event
I
in
went to that one.
2015,
Where
and,
everything went wrong.
Everything went wrong, but it was still kind of awesome.
Yeah, I give you that.
We got to see the Retaliator for the first time, and it was pretty awesome.
Well, that was the biggest ship at the time, obviously, right?
Yeah.
That was.
Yep.
Yeah. You're like, what?
What? In engine,
Yeah.
at least.
And it's beastly.
All right,
It's still
so
beastly.
let's start off with now we know what's going on. Let's talk about like specifically what your guys' expectations are. Are you like hyped through the roof, or are you like moderate? Are you already are your pants already off and running around like a crazy person? I mean, I don't.
Okay, well,
that's Eric's
I would-
answer.
Didn't they,
but,
say, didn't they say that if you thought if you thought the last one was good, wait until you see what we have
Yep,
coming.
That's exactly
So-
what this
Right.
Yeah, and
Again,
CIG
so
needs to stop whispering that in my ear because they keep like every time I meet a CIG employee, they're like that,
So
just like
we're gonna get there, and it's gonna be like, is that it? They're gonna show us all kinds of crazy shit, and we're like, is that it? I'm just kidding, but no. So it's like, I want my money back. You know, no, it's not like that.
So you're saying that like the pants are already out. I burned all my pants. They're gone.
we don't have pants.
Yeah,
I no longer own pants.
Pretty sure you need pants to go there.
Okay.
Just
I'll buy
Doc.
some on the way.
right.
I'm bringing an extra pair of panties and a cigarette.
Is that just
Miss
to-
Hartz is gonna
Are
take
you gonna
up
throw them in
smoking
Chris Roberts
just
on
for
the
this.
stage, or
What?
So I propose that we
He asked if you were going to
address
throw
this
your
this way.
panties at Chris Roberts. I think is what he said.
So I propose that we have like a little bit of
I
a
am.
game that one of us says something, and the next person tries to find something that's even cooler than the last person that they might see at the event. So someone go first. It's your show, Paul.
Sorry, someone asked
He
about.
wasn't listening to you at all. dude.
Okay, cool. So why don't we do this? Okay, so I personally think that Star Marine. I mean, yes, okay,
Yeah.
Squadron 42 is important and everything, but I think Star Marine is the next one we're gonna get. And we just got that demo of the stabilized view, which was very, very cool to actually see Port Olisar at anything over 27 frames.
Yep.
It was just beautiful. It was almost too good, right? It was almost fake. But that's personally, of all of the things that have people been talking about, that to me is the one that I'm most interested in. Anyone else?
I'll go like in tiny millimeter above that. The Polaris will be unveiled at CitizenCon.
Just a
Yeah.
millimeter above that.
But that's not. I don't think that's as important to the game. That's just
No.
a ship.
No,
Yeah,
That's
another
the
ship.
context.
in just wow factor
Oh yeah,
alone.
believe me. Like their wallets will be exploding everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's that image of the like Steam with the whip and the wallet being like, no, please God,
Yeah.
it's like it's sale time. I mean, that's what it is right now.
Gio did it the best. One of the first videos I saw of him was a wallet in space and the Death Star destroying his wallet on the character. You guys remember that video, right?
I saw that one. Yeah.
It's gorgeous. It's still my favorite.
I probably know the answer to this question, but is anybody getting a Polaris?
No.
No.
I'm not.
Of course. What's wrong with you people?
I have an Idris. I'm okay.
Nuperfire, I'm gonna go off of your own analysis of it. It doesn't fit me. I like your analysis of it, but it doesn't fit my playstyle. I'm a space bartender. I have no need to support combat unless I want to take that space stick and I want to ram it right into somebody else. That's essentially what I would do. I would test squadron the shit out of somebody with that thing. But that's probably the only reason why.
and my excuse is that I'm a bit of merchantman owner, so
Yeah, same here. So
You already have a cool ship. That is a nice ship.
Yeah.
I actually
he already has
think
the
that-
flying penis, so that's all right.
I own a
Yep.
I own a Carrack, and as it stands, I am trying to come up with scenarios where right off the bat, owning that Carrack is going to be useful for me, because I don't think, and I tend to agree with Ben when he said this on Ben's day, that it's going to be possible for us to right out the gate take these big ships out and use them, because it's going to cost so much money to use these ships to fly them that we're going to have to start out with our Auroras and our Mustangs and whatnot just to earn the kind of money to power up one of these big bastards. So
And I'm
I don't
okay with
see
that,
any
though.
reason to buy another big
me
bastard on
too.
top of the one I already got, because as it stands, I can't afford to run the one I've got right now. And that's until I see a change in that, I don't plan on buying anything bigger than that Carrack.
Well, I also have a freaking Caterpillar, and they've been describing the Caterpillar as being like a pirate capital ship, and I'm like, I cannot afford 2 capital ships to run 2 capital ships on a bar salary.
It should be whatever you want within reason. Like that ship, you should be able to
T-Dog,
make it.
I'm not saying fly with, I'm saying cost of operation. Look at how much it costs to refuel the fucking Starfarer right now.
Yeah,
And
just
that's a small
missiles.
ship.
Just missiles takes away your whole budget, right?
Yeah.
You got to earn the money just to operate the ship. That doesn't count hiring your crew. Even if you have org members, if Miss Hartz, if I convince Miss Hartz to work on my Carrack, she's going to want to get paid for it, because that's time that she could be out making money doing her own thing. So I've got to have money to
Or
pay her.
dancing.
I've got to have money to fuel up the ship, to load up missiles, whatever, all the stuff that goes along with that.
I love the way Miss Hodge is looking now. The negotiations are open.
So how about you, Fastcar? What are your expectations from the CitizenCon?
I'm probably like way out in left field in this one, but I'm expecting some kind of date, like a quarter, even not an exact date for Squadron 42.
A narrower window.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something other than a giant 2016 on this.
exactly.
Yeah.
Now, question: Are we doing realistic expectations?
No, whatever your expectations are.
Because I have some unrealistic expectations.
I mean, if you want to go with unrealistic expectations, like fucking Mark Hamill, like
Mark
descending
Hamill's presence.
from the ceiling towards you and handing you a controller, saying, "Jake,
I'm out of the game.
You're my-
Paul already
you're my-
took my answer.
Squadron 42.
you're my only
Mark
hope,
Hamill
Jake.
answer.
Take Squadron 42."
Now I'm a tenor, but I will have reached a new frequency that I never thought possible if that were to happen.
It's got to be launched right. I don't think, I know that they can test it in, I know we're never going to see it on PT or anything like that, but I personally need it to be right. And I think we all need it to be right. So as much as I would love to play it, I wouldn't mind seeing it, like a little bit of a sneak peek to see, because I think we got it last year and the models were all very plasticine, right? Not to sound negative towards CIG. I know it's a whip. It's a work in progress, right?
Forget the Morrow Tour, to quote.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
To quote
So
Roberts.
now you've seen the tier 0, I think they called it, the level
Yeah,
of
tier
fidelity
0.
and everything. Mind blowing. I'd like to see Squadron 42, even if it's the same fucking thing, played over again, but with the fidelity that they're working on now. That would be really
When he
cool.
was talking about that, he just casually mentioned, the video of Gary Oldman that was actually bugged, and we weren't getting the proper lighting and coloring on his skin. And
But it looked awesome then.
They had
Right.
fucking
It was
pupil
the
dilation
best
tech.
looking-
right?
Yeah, it was the best looking video
Right, at
game
the
character
time.
you'd ever seen.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, and it was a mistake. What do you mean it was a mistake?
But then you
got
look
a
at
better
it
one
stuff,
now.
right?
Yeah.
The
One of the
naked
game
male model.
One of the game interviewers talk about that the first time you ever see a CIG character swallow.
It was the
Right.
first time you ever saw a character in a game swallow, and it actually happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It wasn't just some weird little overlay.
Unnecessary detail, but it's awesome.
I think something that could really benefit CIG, because although it has gone both ways up until now, but free flight is what brought me into the game, and honestly, something that especially crowdfunded projects have found like real success with is a playable piece of the game.
Yep.
Mhm.
If they, barring CIG just being like, yo, it's done here. I think something that'd be really cool and I think would do wonders for them and just
agree.
hype through the roof would be if they released a playable demo.
Oh,
Like a vertical slice.
the training sequence or something.
Yeah,
I've actually
yeah, like-
been, I've been kind of predicting that that's what they're going to do with CitizenCon or with the official anniversary sale or whatever. Because I think we all pretty much have agreed that the Squadron 42 isn't going to release at the
2016.
end of this year.
No.
It's beginning of next year. I think is a realistic time frame. End of this year, I just don't think it is. I
Yeah,
think
and,
pretty much
and, and to
everybody's
clarify, I think most people who say that, they say that not because it's not done. It's like they'll probably have the assets done
Yeah.
by the end of the year. The issue is not
Yeah.
is not assets, it's testing, because we all want to make sure the game actually functions, and we don't want to have another fucking Assassin's Creed Unity.
Now-
Yeah.
You know?
Now, if we're gonna talk semantics, the trailer that said the number 2016 didn't actually say coming in 2016.
Yeah,
That's true.
It just said 2016.
Yeah, but that's kind of implied. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Great
I
year.
mean, yes, but like if we're gonna boil down to semantics,
No. Well, no.
But
They
yeah,
they thought they could make it, and they couldn't. But it's also, there's lots of other reasons why. It's because it's going to be better
That's
and
okay.
bigger and stupidly
That's okay.
awesome.
Yep.
I've been saying that for months, Jake. That I don't think they're going to make a 2016 release date.
Oh, I don't either.
But I think that if they were smart and if they were, they would release some sort of playable demo, even if it's just a training mission, like a tutorial mission, where we, and do it the smart way. Have Mark Hamill's character in it, as your trainer, and that would be enough. That would
absolutely be enough.
They play that get that free download, play it, even if it's only a 20-minute, 30-minute mission. They'd be like, all right, where do I sign up? Because I want Mark Hamill teaching me how to fly.
Fast card.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh my god, a working tutorial?
Fast card. Go ahead.
Yeah. My idea would be instead of like a demo, like you said, to be how about like a benchmark so people can know if their machine is good enough to play the game, also combine
all in one.
Yeah, also combine a benchmark with a character creator, so you can create your character, then import it into the game when it comes out.
That would be cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
Something like Final Fantasy 14 did that. So
Sims.
Something like that.
Sims 4 did the same thing, which was and since Sims was all about creating characters, it was a big thing. And since your character is kind of a big deal in a game like Squadron 42, that would make a lot of sense. I mean, because people spend hours making Commander Shepard into fucking what was his name? Go ahead. Sorry, Miss Hartz.
Female character model.
That's coming. Yeah.
I would kind of like to have that first.
Isn't that in 2.6?
Yeah, we've already kind of seen that. Like they've already shown that on ATV, so I would most definitely expect that to be
at least 3.0.
A given, right? It's coming.
But he didn't say naked female character. Someone will figure that out.
Naked male.
Yeah, nude naked male. I love the Wacko remix of that. So as a brand new Star Citizen game case, what are your expectations for CitizenCon?
So, okay, if I was going to be perfectly honest, no clue. However,
that's good.
Good answer.
Sitting with some CIG folks this weekend, not like they whispered giant secrets to the new guy.
They whispered secret loving remarks into his ear. It was
glorious.
Yeah,
I loved it. I loved it. No, but it was kind of like Paul said. I could see the excitement in their eyes.
Yeah.
And having been around games and devs for a while, you can kind of tell going into an event, like outside of the hype, if you're sitting down with them, there was a downright twinkle in some of their eyes. Like, you know what? I'll go crazy with it because I loved, since we kept on bringing up Warcraft in the pre-show, but Blizzard did this last year. And I really think somebody might have even already said this. I think they say Star Marine, and you can play it tomorrow.
They did that. They did that with 2.0 at the anniversary stream last year.
They won't be doing that with Star Marine.
No.
No, I know they won't. But hey, I know nothing, and I admit it. So this is my silly addition to this. This other learned people.
I will say this game case is that there are quite a few ex-Blizzard employees who work for CIG. So I wouldn't put past that we will see some sort of Blizzard-esque kind of flair to
Eric Kyron Davis used to work for Blizzard.
Mm-hmm. So did Captain Zylo, and there's a couple other people who used to work for Blizzard who work for CIG now. So
didn't they hit the Saber last year as concept, and then it went like hangar flight? But nobody knew. It was bang. It was like, oh, by the way, a concept sale today. Near the end, and it was just like, what? So
I do think Game Case is on the right track. There probably will be some sort of like you said, Blizzard-esque boom. Here you go, and that's where I'm kind of leaning on the lines of what Jake and what Fastcard is saying. Some sort of playable demo or benchmark or something like that we weren't expecting because they haven't told us anything about it. But something from Squadron 42 more than from Star Citizen would be my thought on that. Simply because, frankly, what's coming in Star Citizen it goes through a certain testing pipeline, and it hasn't gone through it yet.
Yeah.
So it's not in CPU yet, we can pretty much guarantee it's not going to get dropped.
Mostly too because CitizenCon is the anniversary of the launch of the Kickstarter, and the original Kickstarter project is what we now know as Squadron 42.
Yep.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
So what about
this
if
event-
they were to,
Go ahead,
if
Newfound.
they were to do that? So what you're talking about? Let's say Evocati did a very, very good job of finding all the bugs, and they say, oh, by the way, at the end of CitizenCon, if you go home, you can download 2.6 PTU and play it. But everyone, you know what I mean, like load test. Because remember that one PTU that just went all the way to Z. Let's say that Evocati was able to do that, right? I remember
No,
it.
that was Evo. We went all the way. Evocati went all the way to Z before it went to you guys.
And then
Yeah.
it's
it was
still
horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
but that was shopping. That was a whack of really that was a lot of stuff. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying that first person shooter Star Marine isn't a lot of stuff, but I remember that little icon next to Arena Commander popped up a year ago, and we're all like, "Oh my God, Star Marine's coming!" And it's been that long, so I don't see it being a stretch that maybe it's very polished, because we've just seen the demo for it and it was very good. And yes, I know it was local and compartmentalized and everything, but it would be very cool if we get kind of a Blizzard-esque launch of 2.6 PTU for everyone. No first wave, nothing.
The only reason why I think that won't happen is because what is supposed to be tested in between 2.5 and 2.6 is extremely relevant for 2.6.
Okay.
So that's the problem with that, and that has to be tested, refined, and updated, and that ain't going to happen the week before CitizenCon. Even if they started today working on it, they ain't going to release it because they're focused on all the other stuff. I think that's probably their hope. Their original hope and goal was to do something like that, but I just don't think they're going to pull it off.
So how much stuff do you think they're going to show on the stream prior to CitizenCon? Or do you think that's just going to be a big ball and nothing, and then bang everything at CitizenCon? Because I can see potential
with like Sophie and Captain.
Right, I can see Sophie's like, here's the Herald, go fly it, or here's the Vanguard, go fly it, and show people.
I don't think they'll do that at all. No, I think they're going to do a Gamescom-esque thing where they're just going to be showing the game off to people, and they're going to be hyping this game up,
because that would
hoping to get a lot of
cool.
interest into it. So
that would be a good boost for the content creators, because if you thought people were watching the 3.0 demo, you start showing people ships and that hits the media, people are going to tune in just to get that first look. So
they will. Anyway. They kind of want to save that for because they do want to have 100,000 people watching them on Twitch and with release. So, Ms. Hartz, what are your expectations
for CitizenCon?
Yes.
I already said female character model. That's what I want more than anything right now. In addition, planets. More planets. More planets.
Yeah. I would really like to see the planets that we're going to be getting in 3.0. The rest of
maybe with more fidelity. System. Yeah.
Fidelity.
You said that word.
You said that word. As the sensei, you said that word. Everyone drinks. Everyone drinks.
I wonder how many people at the event will be taking part of the
drinking game.
Drinking game during the event.
Oh my god. God, you'd be in a coma.
Chris Roberts says fidelity. You hear everyone take a gulp.
Yeah, you'll see me in the audience just be like,
Yeah, all of us in the audience, you just hear like faintly on the live stream. Hey!
I have a feel I'm gonna try to get with all the content creators and have just something we'll say whenever Chris Roberts says fidelity, like or something like that. Just
yeah, all of us just raise our hands.
Preach it, brother Chris. Preach it.
No, I'm expecting something like Buzzword Bingo. It said fidelity, bingo. I got bingo.
Awesome. That would Chris Roberts Bingo sounds like a great game to play.
Someone.
I think I could do that.
Bingo.
That won't frustrate him at all.
I think I could do that.
Like Bob's Moon, Ms. Hartz, is that?
Bob's Moon.
Bob's Moon. Oh God. And Eric, I think we've already kind of talked about your expectations, but what were they again?
What I really want to see, and I said this is kind of a joke, but I'd like to see Mark Hamill or somebody like that there. I kind of think that's part of what they're going for, is that there's going to be one of the actors there. But what I really want to see, because when Brian first mentioned this, I've been wanting to see it ever since then, is the procedural planets version 2.0, which we know we're going to see at some point of some form, CitizenCon. with the foliage, but specifically I want to see what he was talking about doing, where they sat in orbit with, I believe he said it was a Gladius, and wrote his name in the trees by blowing him away from orbit. That's
that'd
what I
be
want
awesome.
to see. I want to
Yep.
watch him like write, his name in the trees. That's for some reason, ever since he said that, I desperately need to see that. So that's the one thing I want to see at CitizenCon.
Oh, that'd be so fucking cool. Orbital bombardment.
Yep.
Orbital bombardment confirmed. I would lose my shit. Like, did he just blow that shit up from orbit? Did he just nuke it from orbit to make sure that's nothing comes out of that thing?
Yeah.
I would be more worried about surface to air or space weapon rather than
like building like a surface to space like missile launchers. So you just like, oh, I'm just flying. Where's this missile coming from?
If you
Some
thought
battleship.
Hairworks, if you thought Hairworks was good, wait until you see our destructible trees.
All
Free
right.
flowing.
So the big thing that I think we want that's coming out of it is, do you think that this will propel CIG or Star Citizen into more of a limelight? Because I mean, yes, CIG has a limelight, but
Mainstream.
but it's been always kind of a niche. It's been growing, but there's still millions, if not billions, of humans who have never heard of Star Citizen. Like, they're not the level of WoW yet. Even amongst gamers, it's not really even like a Half-Life. In terms of its
I mean,
reputation yet.
WoW just hit 10 million again. So
Really?
yeah, but I mean, like, people have heard of WoW who've never played video
Right.
games.
yeah, it's true. I think depending on the marketing blitz that follows, if they've got some hard stuff on Squadron 42, then yes. It depends on that. Like, no matter how awesome your game is, you have to kind of like stick your marketing hand out a little bit to reach people who don't follow this stuff as closely. Because I mean, you'll get the people who like scroll to page 70 of our games every day, who will obviously know what's going on with Star Citizen, but maybe not necessarily like the guy who buys Mass Effect when it comes out, things like that.
Mhm.
I think
But
that once people see Twitch, just like at Gamescom, they're gonna see.
Oh yeah,
You can see down Twitch what's popular, and then they're gonna be, what the fuck is this Star Citizen? So not that I disagree with you, but I do think that we've been in like hibernation, right? It's alpha development, and I think we're on the cusp of going mainstream. And I think that what you're talking about is important, the advertising. However, I do think that it's gonna just. And I think that's okay too, because that doesn't cost anything. This doesn't cost anything, right? If you start paying for advertising, then that's so all of the the haters can be like, oh my God, you're wasting all this money, and they're not realizing that it's not coming from your money that you bought a Polaris with, right? It's actually tertiary funds. But I mean, just for transparency, I think it would be. I think we have a good enough community that amongst all of us, we can get the word out. It's
That's not to say that there won't be a time when.
But the
Talking
game
with
comes out.
Jared-
Squadron 42 comes out, and it's going to go. Like it's
I expect a media blitz before Squadron 42 actually releases.
Yeah,
Like,
I
we'll actually see it.
interviewed Jared like a year ago, or maybe it was less than that, but he said there is like a substantial marketing push that is planned for like when Squadron 42 is in its final, like it's coming out in a couple months stages.
Yeah,
so
there have been people who have been predicting, like, we're at what 1.6 or 1.5 million Star Citizen now. So like when Squadron 42 launches, people are predicting like 5 million. People
it's at least going to double.
Yeah,
it's at least going to double.
Well, those are the numbers. When the AI was talked about, they were talking about how many, 10 times more AI per people. And then I think that the actual number that was used for that calculation was 10 million. And that was, yes, that was a year ago, I think, or more. But it's not that ridiculous. They have to plan for it, because if they build servers that can only hold 100,000 people, it'll break. It will. I will log in and I'll be so pissed because everyone else is there finally and it won't work.
Oh yeah, no.
Here's the thing.
Go ahead.
The thing about the whole whether or not it's going to be in the public eye more, I honestly think, and I've said this before, it boils down to Star Marine's release. They could do a great promotional thing here on CitizenCon and show it off, but the detractors out there are not going to be shut up unless something is released flawlessly before the game release, and that's
Right.
Star
And
Marine.
that is 2.6 exactly.
If Star Marine, if 2.6 comes out and it works beautifully, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it works beautifully, better than pretty much any other patch that they've released in the last year and a half or so, then that is going to be the difference. Because otherwise, you're going to have the thing we've had so far. We had it with Gamescom as well. People instantly go, "Wow, what is the Star Citizen thing? Let's research it." They research it and they go, "Yeah." I don't
But that's
know.
why I said that 20 minutes ago. That's why I said
Yeah.
2.6 and Star Marine was the most important thing I was looking for. Yes, female character is important, but 2.6 Star Marine has to hit because all the guys that are looking, that are waiting, all the planet side guys and all that type of game, they actually all want to play Star Citizen. They just don't know it yet.
Right.
Arena Commander 1.0 is what got me in. So
Yeah.
if that will do the same with people like FPS when Star Marine comes out, then yeah.
Yeah,
And after-
more about it with
Go
Star
ahead.
Marine is just that the time it's taken and the hype and all the missteps. They have to do it right to really push past that pessimism that's been out there. I mean, they've shown a lot of stuff that looks good, but for the majority of people out there, it's just, as they say in the articles, and it's just a tech demo. They don't
Tech demo,
realize that we are playing it, and because to play it, you have to pay. And these people aren't going to put their money out there to find out if they can play it. That's not how most people do that. They want to know that it is playable, and that's why I say something that when Star Marine comes out, because it has become the emblem of CIG's problems. It
just
comes
reminded
out
me.
and it works great on release. That's going to change the narrative all the way
Just
around.
reminded me, there's probably going to be a free fly for CitizenCon too.
There
Yeah,
would
there
definitely
will
be.
be. I mean, we'll probably see a free
Yeah.
fly for CitizenCon and a free fly for the anniversary sale, but
Right.
They've done it every year. If they don't do it this year, people will wonder why there isn't one.
Yeah, what's wrong?
Yeah.
What's happened? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I agree with what many people in the chat have been saying is that the thing that will cement this game's success is the non-combat careers, which we need to see.
Yep.
That's what I'm waiting for.
And that's what 3.0 is representing, is that the beginning of the non-combat career stage of development. Because right now, up to now, it's just been pew, 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 pew. I love pew, 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 pew. But I also understand that there are people out there, like myself, who are also interested in doing something other than blowing the fuck out of people.
My friend plays World of Warcraft only to game the auction house.
Yep.
I don't know why he loves it so much. The man has like 100 million gold. It's a little scary. And
Had your friend tried EVE Online?
We
He's
got a
actually-
spreadsheet for him.
Try going outside.
he likes the fact that like you're controlling a character in Star Citizen, so he wants Star Citizens for
Right.
the economy. And that's one of the big things that people are looking forward to. Like we're gonna, like, we've gotten the space sim people on board, right? And then here, this upcoming patch is going to be the FPS people. The big thing that I think a lot of people forget about is we really need those MMORPG people. Especially because there's no sub fee and people like that.
I think that'll just happen though. I do think that once it's kind of like the Field of Dreams thing, you build it and they'll come. I
Yep.
think that if it's done right and it's done, obviously there's people within Star Citizen, like within CIG, that have built and know exactly what makes a winning MMO, or they've done research. And I'm going to meet the specific people that I'm talking about, but I mean, I know we're in good hands, that they've already thought of all of the things that I wake up and go, oh my God, I hope they thought of this. I don't even do that anymore. I know that it's just looking at what we did have and what we do have and where we're going is just very satisfying. And I know that the game is going to be fine. It's going to address all that stuff.
Yeah.
And the big thing that I wanted to emphasize as well is that even though I did say this is the beginning of the non-combat, don't expect mining, salvage, repair until much later. That has a lot more to do with the fact that mining, salvage, and repair are all kind of one system that are
And that's all basically what I'm looking for too.
Yeah.
Like,
We're going to grab your hands. We're going to be able to move stuff, right? It's awesome. It's a good step.
And the game case, you started off playing WoW, right? When you were doing
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like as a WoW player, extensive WoW player, and as a content creator for that genre, what would your experience be like? What would you need to see for for other folks like yourself to be moving over to Star Citizen?
I mean, okay, so everybody keeps on talking in chat, and I'll address this. It's gonna kill this. It's gonna kill that. Nothing's gonna kill anything, guys.
Yeah.
Enjoy apples and oranges.
That's what I was
Let's
saying.
all just
Yeah,
be
that's what you've been
freaking
laughing
happy.
at, huh?
Let's
Yeah.
all just be happy as gamers that there's this many things out there.
Video games.
Yeah,
And I think Chris Roberts has even emphasized that with more. It's like everyone's like, "Oh, are you worried about Dual Universe?" And Chris Roberts is like, "Go buy it. Here, I'll
He
promote
promoted it.
Please buy it." And I'm excited for it because it's fucking like life is feudal in space. When I'm just like, yes, that's what I've been wanting. But at the same time, like that's the purpose. Like a rising tide floats all ships. Games in general are good, and space games promote having other space games is amazing. So
yeah. If this kills Eve or this kills WoW, our community as a whole will be less than for that.
Yeah.
For not having those games exist in it.
Yep. 100%.
But to your original question, since I was just going to talk about something else, WoW players seem to be really flexible. I think you'll get a lot of them to come over, and like Jake was saying, if you have if the economy, if the RP, if the if the transmog game is on point in this, all those little things that people spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours in World of Warcraft doing
Grinding.
I mean, literally, how many just in here? Does anybody play World of Warcraft?
I played it.
How many
Can I raise my feet?
how many
7 years
thousands
ago?
of hours do you have in this game?
At least 4,000.
3 lifetimes.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay. I never played
I've been
WoW.
playing it for 12 years.
I never played WoW, but I have played the
That
Star Wars
sounds like a
Republic,
cry
and
for
I have
help, Jake.
I have over 364 days in Star Wars across all my characters.
Yeah.
So, and that's only been out since for 2011, and I quit playing like a year ago. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you're ever gonna steal the players. I think you can get them over here by building a similar or better scale of just microeconomy and stuff like that.
And talking about the players that like to grind or like the non-combat roles, you remember the scanning mechanic in Mass Effect 2? Where you'd sit there and you'd move that slow ass crosshair over the planet.
Don't remind me.
I lost
wanna-
10 hours of
I
my
want
life
to
to
murder
that.
that shit. God
Yeah,
damn.
there are people out there that despise it. There are people out there that liked it. There are people out there that enjoyed it. My roommate at the time when Mass Effect 2 came out, he does not like first-person shooters at all. He doesn't like, or third-person shooters, just doesn't like shooter games. I didn't really like that mechanic. But he was watching me play it one night on my computer. He's like, "Here, let me try that." So he sits down and does it. And then what happened was we ended up with this dynamic where I would play the rest of the game, and then when I was done playing, he would sit down and scan every freaking planet for resources, like 100%. He went and drained every planet in the galaxy of resources. That's what he loved doing.
I did that.
I did that.
Thanks to him, I 100%ed that game. I had a great save game from it. But that's all he wanted to do from the game. So there are people out there that that's those grinders, those people that's what they love to do. And if you can attract them.
I was going to say it's a similar thing with Mass Effect 1. So go ahead.
Real quick for Eric, I just want to say that just for you. It's like, really, Commander? You're so insecure.
That was the first thing
Folding
I
your
did.
anus.
That was the first thing I did when I discovered you could do that. As soon as I realized the solar system was there, I jumped there and probed Uranus.
Yeah. No, but it's like how people really focused on like they hated the Mako missions in Mass Effect 1, and I'm
I
like, fuck you,
despise
the
those.
Mako missions were amazing. You fucking die. And it's because I like the idea of being able to go in a buggy, drive around, find stuff, and maybe discover something interesting. I think it was very underdeveloped, and I think we'll see something like that with Star Citizen for sure. And I think it will be very good. And it's a very similar gameplay aspect to Elite Dangerous with the buggies, being able to just kind of randomly drive around and maybe find something that's a huge Easter egg or something that's a big part of the lore just on a planet. because you happen to be driving a buggy around on it, kind of thing.
I really want. CIG had the idea like years and years ago of actual completely unique items.
Yeah.
CIG, if somehow you're listening to this right now, please do that. Don't fall victim to the mentality that a lot of developers have where it's like, oh, everyone needs to have the same experience. Everyone needs to be on the same level.
If everyone is Han Solo, then no one is Han Solo.
Yes, we want to be unique butterflies, CIG. Let us
like
be
the
the
idea.
unique butterfly.
Technically speaking, as of right now, every item is a unique item in the game, and it will be from now on because that's the way
They have their own unique ID code. Yeah.
They all have their own unique ID code. The ammo in Paul's tarantula is a completely different unique ID from the ammo in my tarantula, and they will never be destroyed or changed to something else. They will always be those numbers.
Because it's like this, and like as good as World of Warcraft Legion is, it's real good, guys.
It is a cry for help, isn't it?
Mic drop.
What? We're gonna have to have an
Thrall's got
intervention.
Doomhammer. Thrall's got Doomhammer right here. We can't all have Doomhammer.
No.
Only Thrall can have it. Why are we all have? There we go. Why we can't all have Doomhammer? There needs to be like a crazy, ridiculous sniper rifle that the most legendary bounty hunter in the galaxy used, and it's super strong and super crazy, and like there's only one of them,
And you got to go find it.
you have to find it,
Right.
No,
and there's
I mean, like
person to find it gets it.
I'm okay with like also things that are just randomly spaced. So you're on a planet and you pick up like a rifle and from a dead corpse, and it turns out to be some like epic legendary adventures rifle, and
But it's broken, and you got to pay. You got to find the right person who knows how to fix it. So that's the kind of
And
gameplay
that's-
that Jake was talking about.
Yeah.
That is going to pull the WoW crowd, right?
Yep.
Those guys that are okay. I know I have a friend who wants to do nothing but drive forklifts on Area 18, and it blows my mind. I'm like, why would you want to do that? He goes, I'm going to be the best forklift operator in the verse, and I'm going to have more money than all of y'all. And I'm like, I want to be your friend. I want to be your friend, right? I want you on my ship so you can offload my shit. So
I think.
Well,
I
that's
think
not
that was
too
the
crezy. I do want to be the best space bartender in the universe. That's. I mean, I'm
Right.
already there, so it's. I just
yeah,
gotta
and they have a
maintain
ship
it.
for you. They have 2 ships for you already, right?
And
They've got.
I
the
think that
Phoenix,
was like
890.
that was probably the most encouraging thing from the 3.0 demo, and it blew all of our minds. But like the implications of it is when like they finish the mission on the Starfarer, they open the box and there's a dragonfly in there that you can just take. It's yours now.
Yeah.
That's a unique dragonfly that is only there for the person who finds it.
Right.
So like that's just awesome to me. Like that
Right.
like
And that even though it seems like a very, very big reward, the cost, I think it's all going to be balanced. Like you're going to have to pay for fuel and ships and all the other stuff. So getting a dragonfly, even though to us it's like, oh my God, that's $35 US, right? We're going to have to get all that crap out of our brain once the game goes live, because it's not worth $35 just because you paid for it a while ago. That ship is worth whatever it's your payment, right? Really, you can sell it or you can keep it and then have no money to buy fuel. So, right?
During that portion of the GameCon presentation, I was like, I don't want another mission. I want to salvage that ship that they're on.
Exactly.
That's what I want to do.
Strip it.
Screw it. I'm gone. Yeah.
Get the claw out for the reclaimer and just.
You're right.
I was so confused when he was like, "There's all these boxes rolling around." He goes for the big box, and like, there could be something really fucking cool in those small boxes. Screw you. My inner like D&D rogue was like, loot the room, loot the fucking room.
What Jake was talking about too is you get a very unique, let's say, mobi-glass, something that can scan all the boxes at once, right? And that's the thing that that's the treasure hunt, right? Everyone's looking for the mobi-glass that's going to give them the ability to not have to open every single box. They'll know exactly what's in it. So, and definitely, it has to happen. It's a good game mechanic. That's,
I just realized that, by the way, Noob, that he wrote your name. It's Noob Fire. It's not Noob Fire. It's just Noob Fire. Noob Fire.
I am professional streamer. I am totally professional.
Going back to what Noob Fire just said about get that idea of the value out of your head. I think so many of us have been trying to get that through people's heads for a long time. That, if you sit there and you think, like, for example, I paid what, 300, 350 for my Carrack, something like that. But if I sit there and continue and use that as the value of the Carrack in my head, if I sit there and go, this is a $350 ship,
break the game.
It's got to be more better than any ship that's $349 or less.
Okay,
I'm going to be pissed when I get that in the game because it's simply not going to be better than every other ship. Let's at everything,
and that makes it pay to win.
Yeah,
it does make it pay to win.
Let's lay this on the line right now. For those of you guys who are brand new to the game, the $250 Connie is not going to necessarily beat a $45 Aurora. There is lots of different things that go up there. And also, that $250 Connie may not cost the equivalent of $250 in the universe. It may take only a couple of hours to get it. And you're going to...
I don't know about all y'all, but I don't need no ship to take over a Connie. I'm just going to hurtle through space, latch onto the side, crawl in through the airlock, and
you're going to be the guy in the
forklift. Jake is...
grinding the forklift.
Jake is Space Spider-Man. He's just going to flip through the universe. Stealing ships.
But
I have I'm Batman. I have the grappling hook.
Yes. Okay.
That made me realize that in Star Citizen there may be battles, like big battles, that like rivals Eve when it comes to cost of ship destroyer.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
that could be a thing, but
and that's going to be the headline, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I like when Operation Pitchfork happens. When Operation Pitchfork happens, I would fully expect a $4 million worth of ships were destroyed in 1 hour.
Right? Is going to be the headline. An idiot loses fleet.
But yeah, I love magazine. That's the reason why I'm saying that is because people that they have that mindset, and you see it all the time. You see it on Reddit, you see it on the forums, you see it on streams. People talking about, well, the ship costs this much, therefore it should be better at X than this ship.
The pledge costs that much.
Yeah. And it's exactly. You're not buying the ship. You are pledging a certain amount to the game, to the development of the game,
and that's gone.
As a reward, they are giving you the ship when it's made. The ship is not something you purchased. It is just a thank you gift.
Your gift.
Yeah, and I was going to say, as we go forward, the ships are going to cost more money, and the new ships that are coming out are going to start higher than they normally would be. A good example of this: the Terrapin. Is the Terrapin necessarily a $250 ship? No.
No.
But
it's not even a $60 ship. If you ask me.
$195.
Okay, $195. Is it a $195?
It's the size of a Hornet. It's hilarious. It's like a teeny little ship. Everyone thinks it's like gigantic. It's
I thought it was going to be
it's the size of a Hornet with the armament of a Mustang Beta.
Yeah,
it's right. It's all it's got is armor
and no guns.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But
As
I mean,
they even took away the size 5 gun that was on the spec sheet, didn't they?
It has all the good gameplay that Jake was talking about earlier. That the guy who wants to just creep around in space and collect data and then get paid for it. It's another grinding ship. Yes, it has a purpose in an org that you can use it for strategic purposes, but it could just be a grinder ship, just like the Prospector. The Prospectors, to me, that's that one ship that the guy that Jake's talking about is going to grab, and he's going to stay in the green zone, so he doesn't have to worry about security. He's just going to fly around. He's going to call up some AI guy, say, "Hey, can you empty my hold?" And cha-ching, now I've got $1 million. Right? So it's good. It's fantastic. We need those. We need all Star Citizens are wonderful. We need all of them to play, and we need them all to have a great time and tell their friends about it.
Yeah, ain't no Star Pew Pew. This is Star Citizen. Do what you want.
Right.
This is not only this. This is space gaming, or that's space gaming. This is PC gaming. That's
PC
kind of like the
do
corner.
What you want.
That's the corner of PC gaming. You want to have crazy shit going on? Do it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you want to play only with a trackball? Sure. Yeah, you can do that if you really want to.
And as much as you guys see me engaging in PvP and stuff on stream, that's not really what I want to do when I get into the verse. I want to do exploration, the missions. I'm not bloodthirsty like Ms. Hearts is over there, who wants to kill everybody with her little M50 and laugh all the time she does it. I'm not a psychopath like her. I just want to live my own life. And
she's scary. She's actually holding us all hostage right now.
Yeah, really.
But I would hire Ms. Hearts as a bodyguard.
See, I came into Star Citizen not expecting to get into the dogfighting and the PvP. I thought I was going to be the one just playing Vandal Swarm over there on my own till the game comes out and I can do non-combat related stuff. But then, I've got certain friends that are a bit bloodthirsty and brought me into that. And found that I absolutely love dogfighting. And making
She
One thing
laughs
about
and
Miss,
she kills
one thing about
people.
Miss Hart is that
She
once you get on
laughs.
her list, you're not getting off that list.
No, she holds a grudge for a long time.
Here's what's gonna happen. I am going to steal, capture, and bring to UE space with all the Vandal aboard dead, a kingship using nothing but a dance pad and a DJ Hero controller.
He will do it.
Watch.
He will do it.
I will do
An
it.
odd shot that, please. Clip that, please.
Please save that clip. I want it.
Yeah, that would be the ultimate live stream.
I honestly, when I got my USB Nintendo controller, first thing I did was try and hook it up to Star Citizen. I wanted to play Star Citizen with an NES controller just to say I did. Unfortunately, it didn't work, but I will make it work someday.
There's
On
still
a
a guy
hotkey,
who
you can probably make it work.
There's still a guy playing the game with a steering wheel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a really good
I was playing
dogfighter,
it.
actually.
Yeah, he's one of the better dogfighters. They won't tell us his name. They just say he's usually in the top of the leaderboards.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh, okay.
Huh.
he plays with the steering
It
wheel
makes
and
sense.
brakes and pedals. Yeah, he
It
threw
makes
off all their
sense.
when they were first gathering metrics to determine what they needed to do to fix the controller bias. They couldn't figure out. This one guy kept throwing off their metrics because they didn't even know what it was. Like it wasn't showing up on their data.
Is it steering wheel and mouse or something? Like,
No,
just
he
steering
just
wheel,
uses
pedal.
a steering wheel and pedals.
but how does
That's
he
it.
like? You know, all
There's
the
gotta
other
be buttons
stuff.
on the screen.
Yeah,
there's
there has
buttons
to
on the
be.
steering wheel, I
Okay.
imagine, but yeah. And so they finally contacted the guy to find out what he was using. He's like, "Yeah, I use a racing wheel and racing pedals with a clutch." And they're like, "You what?"
No, they're like, here's your money back, sir. No, I'm just kidding.
You win.
Go away.
Leave. Shut up. Do not talk
Yeah.
to us. Yeah. Somebody else made it work with a rock band guitar too. They
Ooh,
played
I
with
want
them
to try
this morning.
that.
But yeah, they had it so like the whammy bar made you go left and right, and strumming made you go up and down, and the buttons did the various, firing the weapons and stuff. It was
I want to do a drum set.
Rock band.
that would
The
be
whole
awesome.
the whole rock band kit.
And I have hard enough trouble with a joystick and voice attack. Come on.
Alrighty, so this
Question time.
Yeah, we've gotten to the point where we start asking questions. If you have questions in chat, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point, questions. I'm about to sneeze.
Here it comes.
Now that I
Banana.
said it, it's not
Oh,
gonna
I hate that.
Yeah, I hate that stuff. Anyways, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point, questions, or exclamation point, question in chat will bring up that information, and you can ask it. You can ask it to individual members of the cast. You can ask it to the whole cast. You can ask us official CIG questions in which we have no fucking idea the answers to. However, we will,
I am CIG employee.
but we will answer as if we know what the fuck we're saying, and we will
I
confirm
have
it.
I have the ID card to prove it.
Oh wow, that's a throwback from wow.
Oh god.
That's an old joke.
That is a
That's
really old joke. Holy crap.
You gotta have to explain it.
I'm not even going to explain. I'm just going to leave it there. All right. So if you don't get that joke, look it up.
Does it look like this? Because we all have one.
Yeah, I've got one.
Everyone has one of those.
No, I thought it was white.
It was white.
It was.
It's
All right. All right.
Anyways,
Questions.
yeah. So, but again, we have the I think it was Jake who gave us the tagline. We don't know shit, but it was
Was
somebody.
it me?
Yeah, it was you who gave us the tagline. But we
That
will
sounds
answer
like
it
me.
as if we are CIG employees. In fact, it will all be confirmed. You're going to talk about, if you really want to be really, really popular, say Eric McKitten of CIG confirmed this and tag both Xylo and
Love it
Disco
when they
Lando.
remind
Because
Reliable
I haven't
M50s.
given Disco Lando and Xylo enough fucking heart attacks on this show yet. So we need to do it some more.
That's why they haven't come on yet.
Yeah. No. Lando has been on, and Xylo hasn't.
That's right.
Yeah. I couldn't make my confirmed jokes anymore with Disco on. It's like, well, fuck. Now I actually have a CIG employee on.
Do any of you watch Jimmy Kimmel? You should just do that thing he does to Matt Damon at the end of every episode, where he's like, "We're sorry, we ran out of time. Matt Damon, we'll catch you next time."
Yeah.
Just do that to Xylo.
From now on, shout out to Xylo every time. All right.
You forgot the last caveat though, Paul, and that's if it's a stupid question, we will tell you it's a stupid question.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
no. If you ask a stupid question, I will say it's a stupid question, make fun
P-band.
of you.
Okay, we should have figured this out beforehand, but you should have any stupid questions. You should have totally kicked them to me.
From now
let
on,
me
you will
try-
do that.
Like, let me try to answer them in my utterly uninformed.
Let's
point of
do
view.
that.
Yes, do it. Yes,
Let's do it.
I'm going
Okay.
to specifically ask Game Case. You're gonna Cuddles. You're gonna get really, 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 really stupid questions. So.
Nice.
All right, I will give them my extremely informed opinion.
Eric said the first question was for me.
Oh, I don't know if it got put in the actual question though. It was way back
Oh.
there.
Yeah, I don't think,
what
he
was
might have
it?
put it in there.
was what- I think it was
Hellcat
what-
asks. Hellcat 1337 asks, do you think we'll see a surprise ship, not the players, at CitCon? Think we'll see
yeah.
any new flight-ready ships?
Oh yes, absolutely.
I honestly think that they're going to release the hoplite. They'll just drop it there. Be like, I know they said we know we said 2.6, but here's a flight-ready hoplite.
Yeah.
You know,
Because it's basically the old ship. Like, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
It should be. I'm not a game developer. Maybe it's not easy, but to me, it's already
They've
fucking
already-
fucked out, right? So it
They've already
should.
shown it flying around
Working.
Grimhex.
What was
Yeah.
that?
Didn't they do that with one ship? It wasn't in the PTU. They dropped it when it went to the PU,
It was
The
the
Starfarer Gemini.
and it was terrible. No, it was before the Starfarer. It was terrible.
The Vanguard. It was the Vanguard.
Yes, it was the Vanguard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Vanguard.
They didn't actually test it, and they
idea-
dropped it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the worst because it
But
was.
it
It was
invulnerable.
terrible.
It
And
did
it
this
had
for
no-
like days, right? It just
Yeah.
went too good,
Yeah.
too bad, too good.
Yeah,
And it
it
was
was more-
frustrating as shit because you're like, well, do I melt
They
it?
also
Yeah.
the Avenger variants were the same way. They're
Yeah.
just like, oh yeah, they're here now.
Oh, the
Here you go.
glass. Do you remember the glass? You couldn't see shit.
Yeah.
You're like-
Yes, it was reflective on the
It was
inside.
Yeah, yeah.
It was so bad.
It was a Michael Bay explosion everywhere.
Yes.
You know.
It was within, like,
Now the
Anyways.
Vanguard, when it first dropped, it was invincible. It couldn't be killed.
Yeah.
Except for there was you had to like kill the pilot. Like if you
It was
kill
the
pilot, you
nose.
kill
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, because that was
Yeah.
the cockpit shot time.
The
Yeah.
cock shots.
Yeah.
Cock shots
But-
were everywhere.
But it hadn't been coded into the scoring system yet. So even if you killed it, you got 0 points for killing him. And
Yeah.
he would get, and because he was worth 0 points, he got a massive bonus for killing anybody. Like even if he killed an Aurora, he got like 2,000 or 3,000 points for killing an Aurora. So everybody was flying around Vanguards and killing everybody else. It was horrible.
Alpha.
Which would have been fine in
Alpha.
PTU because then they could
Yeah.
work out the bugs
Right.
and
But
stuff.
it
reset.
skipped the PTU. It was dropped the same time that the
Yep.
Saber went from PTU to live.
Yep.
so do we think that question's asked or
Uh,
answered?
Answered. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll move on. Sorry about that.
The answer is yes.
Yes, definitely.
Arcesius. Arcesius. I think I said it right. Generally, industry and trade. What are your options or your opinions of what has been promised through industry and owning of nodes? How similar to Eve do you think the system will be? You will never be able to make a ship from scratch.
Nope.
It will break the
You won't be
economy.
able to corner a market either.
Nope.
They will not allow you to corner or restrict a market. They've already said that. Their whole goal is to make sure that people can't do what they can do in Eve.
No,
where they take
you
over
can
something.
corner and restrict a very small market, like
Like your own
like
system.
Nyx.
But you
Yeah.
won't be able to hold it for long enough.
Yeah.
Something will come in and
Fuck shit,
make
yeah.
it so that you can't hold
it will
it.
literally trigger missions to prevent you from holding that
Right.
market.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
they will definitely players and organizations will definitely have very strong influence on the market.
Mhm.
Right.
But maybe not to that extent.
But I think since this is an MMO, there are bound to be unforeseen circumstances where maybe one person will be able to do something unexpected and corner, and I don't know, maybe corner something by accident. Not by accident, but you know.
Right.
Well, I
And
mean, I
then-
think I
And
wouldn't.
then it'll spread around until CIG fixes it.
Yeah, no, that's the reason why they'll probably do a very long beta before they release it. But I have no.
No, CIG shouldn't. They'll fix it, but they should then write it into the lore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they usually do.
yeah, I
That's what
really
they-
hope any
that's what
food
they. That's what they did with some of those broken ships before. Like they said it was they're having like. A
Oh, yeah,
manufacturing
right.
recall.
It was a part recall.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that started though as a joke because somebody on a forum started a lawsuit over like the 300 series at one point. I don't remember what it was, but they wrote up this beautiful, realistic looking legal paper about
Oh.
a class action lawsuit.
And the
against-
lore team actually responded
and the
with
lore
a
team
with a real
responded, yeah,
legal.
with-
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was great. like describing that the problem was not Origin's fault, but they're subcontractors who did some of the parts, like did shoddy work and whatnot. And they went through this whole thing. They had this whole lore about why the 300i was not functioning properly for a couple months. It was great.
So Origin is Oculus?
I was gonna say Origin is Samsung with the Note 7.
Right.
Oh,
right,
Jesus.
exactly.
But in general, I think you'll still be able to, like, there'll be a market for, Bob's Moon's patented missiles, because Bob's Moon is the place where you get the best missiles in the universe, because you can only take the highest quality of materials to make Bob's missiles, Bob's Moon missiles.
I'm sorry, that image.
Bob's Moon missiles. It's he sells them right next to the best selling adult erotica in the
There you
universe,
go.
which was
Hot
directed
Vandal
by
action.
it was directed by Meyer, called what did he say again?
Of
it was
course it
Schrodinger's
was
box. Schrodinger's box.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
Schrodinger's box. Yep. Only available on Bob's Moon.
Only available on Bob's Moon. That's a long running Captain's Table meme. I'm sure it went over a lot of people's heads right there. But
Go watch every
Bayor was the
episode
one
of
that
Captain's
coined the name
Table.
Bob's
yes,
Moon.
from the beginning. Yeah.
I think Bayor coined the name Bob's Moon.
He did.
That's what it's called, yeah.
Bayor coined, yeah. Bayor came up with Bob's Moon.
And there's now actually a Twitch account named Bob's Moon.
He's actually
there is.
subscribed to this channel.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, I saw a Darnell at Kovalex in the game. Like
Really?
someone actually chose that as their name. I know.
Oh
See?
my god.
I've been considering using my one handle name change to change my name to Pirate parentheses like 413 parentheses just to see if it'll work.
Well, they definitely
We
read.
talked about doing that and being like Baron Von Duel
Yeah.
and flying
Yeah,
in a glaive in the
Yeah.
Yeah.
verse.
Payday, Blindside. You're like,
Yep.
what? Oh my
Yeah.
god! The
whole
flashbacks,
bunch
you
of
get
people together.
PTSD and all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
So the next question is from Arcesius again. Do you think that CIG/RSI is going to repackage the individual models and sell them as their own games after release?
Yes.
Modules.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think
well,
Arena Commander.
Season.
I think Arena Commander and Star Marine will probably release them as free to play games.
Oh yeah, if they flesh those modes out enough and like add like a bunch of maps, a bunch of different
Right.
game modes, I would put Arena Commander and Star Marine together
Yeah,
into one game,
Yeah, or
And
like
then-
electronic access. Value
and we'd
pack,
have the true Battlefront game we've always
And
wanted.
that would be a genius move for money too, because that they then could do essentially a pay to win microtransaction model for that, and nobody would
Oh my
complain
God,
about it
make it
because
free to play.
it wouldn't be breaking the rules with Star Citizen.
Yeah, because it would still be in game as its own thing too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and if you bought a copy of Star Citizen, it would come with like how Blizzard
Right.
does it, where like
Well, it's in
comes
your
with
hangar.
crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like you get now instead of having to earn the Gladius
I
in
think-
game, it's in your hangar now.
I actually hope that Star Marine and Arena Commander become competitive in the verse within lore.
Yeah.
People are going to report on who's the best
Oh, it already
Arena
is.
Commander.
It already
yeah.
is in lore.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, like actually, like Lucky Co is battling against
Right.
Wormdrake for the
Right.
for the
So you could
Star
go
Citizen or Arena Commander
You can
final.
go to Grimhex. You could
So
go
what
to
you're saying
Grimhex
is-
and race for real, or you can be the best of the simulator racers.
Right.
There's like two different top dogs. They might be the same person.
Someone
How
just
it goes.
asked, why not make it a subscription-based game?
We're talking about Arena Commander, yo. Different thing.
Yeah, we're not talking about Star Citizen because if you guys don't know, Arena Commander and Star Marine are in lore. They're like games within games. They were originally
Simulator.
designed to be
Yeah.
simulators inside the universe, so that you would go to like little special pods and play the game
So weird.
while
A
you're
simulator
playing
in
the
a
game.
game. It's
Yeah.
like what's that movie? The shit just crazy. Anyways,
It's Inception. Yeah.
Inception. Yeah.
There's they
might go
play.
deeper.
They're literally designed to be like free to play games are now, and in game they kind of work like that just because of how we are in the stage of development we are right now. So I could definitely see those ending up being like the first taste is always free, like the space heroine that is
Right.
So it's like, oh, I really like this game. Oh wait, there's an MMO version of this. Oh wait, there's a single player campaign with all of this in it. You know, give it to me. Give it all to me right now. You know, kind of thing. And it definitely could work if it's good enough. I think it could work. And we already saw something similar like that with Elite. Elite does it's called Arena? Elite Arena, I think is what it is. And it's not free, right? You have to pay a little bit of money for it.
At various times they've dropped it for free, but yeah, it's like a nominal.
Yeah.
Dota.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of exactly. Yeah, like that kind of arena experience would be a great way for them to make money. So yeah.
Oh god,
Yes.
like a Star Marine version of a MOBA inside Star Marine.
Oh my god.
I just want that Vanguard game.
My brain just broke.
Anyway, the answer to your question was yes.
Sorry. Yes.
5 minutes later. Yeah.
All right. Break the ice. Arcesius asks again. Break the ice. Polaris, speak. It's
What?
The Nubifier has done
spaceship.
he's done a fantastic job of summing up what would essentially the Polaris is. And he's got a video on it. So
It's escort.
Yeah.
To me, like, so what I'm expecting is, you know, the Icarus has a gigantic gun on it. I'm expecting that
Well,
the
thank you.
Polaris has a gigantic, yes, that thing, the thing. I would hope to see the Polaris have the same weapon with less shields, because the Polaris to me is supposed to replace that. Will it have a hangar? No. Might it have snub fighters? Yes, because it's a smaller version, so you won't be able to fit ships in it. But there's nothing stopping you from having several snub fighters for your friends, right? Will it be dotted with turrets? Yes. If you were to take my video, like what I said about it was, it should be completely stripped down and focused on military. But then you could go the opposite way and say, in real life, a ship like that would have medical bay, would have all of the things that you would need to operate the ship. So you could see it. You could see all that in it. Definitely turrets, limited scanners and stuff like that, because that's not what it is. But I do think that two of them could go toe-to-toe with an Idris and bring the pain, because it's two targets, right? People with Idris should see 3 of those in the verse and be afraid. And I know, sorry, haters, whatever, it's just a lot of ship. And
I imagine it being like a traditional gunship in like the old like 19th century style gunship. Like you see one of these things, it's just going to be bristling with weapons everywhere, and
right, it's purpose built. It's not like a scanner. It's nothing. It is a warship, and it's designed to damage things. The thing I'm most excited about is that I like to consider myself a good pilot, and what I would love to do is the pew pew. Is you see a very, very big ship, and you just line up that perfect shot, and it might take 30 seconds for that gun to load or to charge, and you're just like boom, and the thing just vanishes, and you know that you've ruined someone's day. It's so much fun.
For those of you Star Wars nerds like myself, it's akin to the CR-90 blockade runner, the Corellian Corvette.
Is that the one that the wings open like this?
No.
No. That's the one in
It is
Trek. The one they flew.
It's got the robot in the back and the Jedi guy.
Right, and they flew in Star Trek in that episode where they went to that space station, Babylon. Yeah,
Troll confirmed.
Babylon station. Yeah.
Epic troll.
It is the very first spaceship you see when you watch the very first Star Wars film.
The egg.
No.
Well, then I don't.
It's painful. It hurts me.
I'm old enough that I've actually seen that movie when it came out, and I still don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Cheers.
Hellcat, he does. He actually talks about it in the in his video that it's a militia ship, but the thing is that it's built as a militia ship. But it's even though it's built as a militia ship, you can expect it to be used as by like the equivalent of the Coast Guard, like the Home Guard kind of units to fuck shit up. And like, you ever seen a Coast Guard cutter? Those things are fucking scary. Like if you actually saw the armaments on a Coast Guard cutter, you would probably It has.
It's ready. It's
Yeah.
ready for whatever, right? It doesn't have to use it, but it's ready. It's a deterrent. That's the whole point of the Coast Guard. You're patrolling, and if it was a wooden boat with no guns on it, then no one would give a shit. So it has to be capable, right? So again, the Corvette. If anyone's interested, go look up at what a modern day Corvette looks like. It's a small-ish ship, lots of guns, and it's all purpose built. And that's what I'm hoping that we end up with in the. And we only have to wait until Sunday, obviously, to see it, which is super exciting. But if anyone's remotely interested, I would appreciate you to go look at the video because I spent about 8 hours on it.
He does a fantastic job. That's the reason why I mentioned it. He does a fantastic job of breaking down like what it is, what it isn't, what you can expect from it, and the kind of roles it can do in the game.
And fast, like usual. No bullshit.
It's called the Polaris, so it'll have like Total Biscuit and PewDiePie inside it, right?
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. It comes with them like on a bed.
Yeah. New company where I live.
Yeah.
When you mentioned the Coast Guard, I can't wait to meet the Somali pirates in lore.
Oh.
In the game. I am the captain now.
Yeah. So you mean Saurus? You meet him there.
Overdrive. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. The next question comes from it comes from Jericho Reed, but it's what's the role players will be fitting in the civilian fleet, and we already kind of like it'll be an escort ship, the ship that you won't have to turn on the red light for or whatever. Arcesius asks, owning space stations and population nodes, however those might be owned, ran. How speculation do you guys think this will be handled?
As far as we know, as of right now, there will be no owning, as in you purchase and you own a space station. However, that information may have been turned upside down with what was revealed after Gamescom, which was that now there's so much land on the planets that we'll be able to own land. So it could be possible that with the modular stations and whatnot, we could own one. As of right now, though, as far as we know, you cannot own a space station, but you can physically take over, or will be able to physically take over one, as long as you have somebody actually alive, logged in there to defend it against other people.
Yeah, and
what about the game Rust? Like Rust, how you could own it, you could say it's yours until some guy comes over and bonks you on the head.
That's essentially what the Golden Horizon stations are. They're just a giant abandoned stations designed for people to whoever owns it. You squat it, but. Yeah. Like big organizations who have like international presence will stick around a Gold Horizon station, especially if it's nearby what they want to like hold on to.
Right.
But they'll have to work to keep it, and that's all. That's fine, and that's fun gameplay too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Until Tess comes in with our 50,000 Auroras
and blow up. We
don't even bother shooting.
We just blow up the station by running into it. Like that's what will happen.
What? God, I can't even remember what book series that was. It was it the there was a book series where there was the aliens were basically they flew around and hollowed out planets and they turned into spaceships, and the enemy aliens that blew them up, they did so by just ramming spaceship after spaceship.
Wasn't that the first 5 minutes of Star Wars? I'm just kidding.
But they would ram spaceship after spaceship into it until they like reach the center of it and cause it to blow up. I don't remember what book series it was. I just remember reading, that's what I think of whenever I think of.
And I will state this: it's not that Test Squadron will intentionally try to blow up the ship. We'll just be so drunk we don't actually know where we're fucking going, and we'll just slam into the side of ships and stations, because that's just kind of how we roll.
We'll all be following Montoya, who doesn't know where he's going.
Who's going to be flying backwards into battle with his javelin? That's kind of how it happens.
Does that thing have reverse? It has to have reverse.
Oh no! I mean, he's gonna go in reverse with like mooning everyone who's following him out the side of outside of the bridge. He's just gonna be his butt is gonna be pressed against the window like dancing.
I want to see it on stream.
Yeah,
his ship would be called Montoya's Moon.
Yeah. Alrighty, the next question comes from Jim, the Instance Manager. With the arrival of 3.0,
Jim.
With the arrival of 3.0, I am very excited to get the chance to crash players into planets. Do you think they will increase the player cap with 3.0 so that I may cause even more glorious explosions? Yes.
Jim, we've had this discussion. We've had this discussion many times, Jim. David doesn't play Star Citizen anymore. You can pull the servers back up now. It's fine. Everything is fine. Oh,
No,
Jim.
I think they said something to the effect of like 40 players, maybe. Like
Yeah.
they mentioned it.
If the network re-engineer they're working on goes as they plan, I would anticipate seeing the player cap go up, because that is the reason the player cap exists right now, is because that's the numbers where the network, the servers just completely crap out. They can't.
I'm
go
gonna
more
sound
than that.
out of the loop here. Isn't it higher now on ArcCorp?
Yeah, it's 40
Yes,
players.
it's 40.
But yeah, that's
Oh, is it?
The highest that I'm aware of that we've tested is 42 and that's not a joke, 42 actual players in one instance, and
They
we were
should
doing
do
like
that.
1 frame per second. It was horrible, but we
Oh.
did that during one of the PTUs.
Yeah, whether or not you get people in there and whether or not you can actually play it are two different things.
And that was the server. It was funny because I remember when we were doing it in the PTU, and the CIG guys were like, yes, we've hit 42. We did it, guys. We're all going, we didn't do anything because nothing has changed for us. We're looking at our screens, and it's not even a slideshow. It was just the same frozen image for everybody for every couple of seconds. And it would just change. It wasn't even 1 frame per second. It was a 1 frame every couple of seconds. It was bad. But they're like, we did it, guys. We're going, no, you didn't. No.
And yeah, no, but I anticipate it'll go up because one of the big things is that the size of the universe expands with 3.0. We're
Right.
going to have a much bigger play space, and so with a bigger play space, you're going to have you'll be much less likely to meet another player because you're going to be spreading out. Like my experience in Elite tells me that the bigger the universe is, the more the players will spread out. And you'll have.
then you
much
get
less
optimization. You get optimization so that it doesn't have to draw everybody.
Yeah.
So it's only going to draw what you can see, and everything else will be just math and then not rendered. So I'm hoping that that with the larger universe, that we actually get a more playable frame rate plus more people, just because of that. What you're talking about, the fact that people aren't all in one. Now watch, people are going to test it. They're going to say, okay, let's all go to one place and break the server, right? Which you should do. It's alpha.
That's probably going
right?
to be one of the required tests by CIGs. They're going to ask us to
Yeah.
do that.
Let's see how bad it
Let's
gets.
see how many pirates we can spawn. You know.
But
That video was awesome. It's just it's like crazy.
that is the part of the key for 3.0 is that network optimization they're working on, that rewrite has to include the zoning system as they anticipated, that network LOD, because without that we're screwed. Because if it doesn't matter how big the universe is, the problem with the servers right now is it's trying to process everything at once, even if nobody sees it.
Right.
And that's the issue, is like your character, Paul's character, is sitting on some asteroid in Yila just farting around, and his computer is still processing what my character is doing on Karaya in the middle of a firefight. It doesn't need to be doing it. Now imagine you expand that to the entire Stanton system, and you got a real problem. So that's why they have to have that in for 3.0 to even work.
Alrighty, the next question comes from Walther007. What ship other than the Corvette do you feel will be released to the PU and/or hangar? I think he means with like 3.0 or with Gamescom.
Hoplite.
I
Carrick,
just said the
or not
Carrick.
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 Caterpillar.
Yeah,
Yes!
Caterpillar.
No, Caterpillar and the Herald.
Yep, I think the Caterpillar.
Those are
and
two
Herald.
that are very close, and the Drake, the bike. I think the bike's coming.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think with at CitizenCon, what will probably happen is they'll probably show off the Caterpillar a little bit more. And I think the big thing they're waiting for the Caterpillar is they're waiting for multi-crew optimization, because right now
Cargo.
Yeah, well, cargo, but you also
Yeah.
need to have crew be able to do something other than sit there with their thumb up their butts, being like, "I'm a crew member."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how about it's a rover?
The rover.
Yeah,
With
I think-
3.0, with
Oh, yeah,
planetary.
I think the Caterpillar is going to be hangar ready in 2.6.
But what hangar? I'm just kidding. It's a big. It's awesome. It's going to be smaller than this. It should still fit in that same Revel in York, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
It's about the same. It's slightly longer than the.
It's
Starfighter.
shorter.
It's shorter.
It's shorter and a little bit longer.
Yeah.
It'll fit. Trust me.
I'm not
This
saying a
Hearts is
word.
just going, I've heard all that before.
Bluesy 0087 says the Prowler. I wish
Oh man.
someone
But that's-
someday will remember the Prowler.
Prowler is another myth. Just like
So, yeah,
Just like the Banner
Those
Merchantman.
are your.
Yeah.
I think those are the
Hey,
ships
at
that
least
are
you-
pretty much for sure. You got
at
your
least-
the bike, the Herald, the Caterpillar, and then Vanguard, Hoplite, and then the Polaris. Those are the ones that are going to be on everyone's mind at CitizenCon.
At least people have the concept art for the Banu Merchantman.
Henry
I don't have
Hamilton.
anything. I have a paragraph.
All right, the next question comes from Jericho Reed. What are your thoughts on the 5-part series of articles by Kotaku, more specifically the last one, What to Make of Star Citizen? I cannot comment because I've not even finished the first fucking one. So,
Right.
mostly because I caught most of it, and then I had INN do a lot of my my work and actually read it. So, but I read it. You know, in my experience with the first one was, it's overly negative, but at the same time, it's illuminating the fact that it shows off a lot of the human side of CIG because the one thing that CIG does is they sit there and go, everything is fine, nothing is wrong, continue as everything is normal. Everything is normal all the time. They never talk about their failures because they're afraid that if they talk about something that goes wrong, then people will lose it, and then the people will jump on them, and you know, the longer this has gone on, the more likely that it's happened. So this Kotaku article was a nice way of saying, this is the human side of Star Citizen. These are the people involved in the game that are developing, which they're passionate. There's some flaws, but at the end of the day, this is who we have. And I think most people looked at that and said, yeah, kind of. I'm okay with this. Yep. And so I didn't even bother reading 2, 3, 4, and 5 because the first one ended on such a stupid, retarded note that I think everyone was just like, oh, so we see what you're going to do here. You're going to bash Star Citizen all the way up to almost to the start of CitizenCon, and then when CitizenCon starts, you're going to release an article being like, it's amazing! Way! Did you see the 3.0 demo? It's like, fuck you, Kotaku. Like, we've seen this shit before.
My question is, what clickbait title would they use after CitizenCon?
Here's the thing about it. Everybody, honestly, Fastcard just nailed it. Everybody focused on the titles. The titles were clickbait, therefore the articles were crap. I read every one of those articles word for word, and I did it from the perspective of somebody who went to journalism school. So I looked at it from that aspect of it because I had people telling me from the start they're good and they're bad. And these were Star Citizens telling me this. And I'd never heard Star Citizens say that about the same article. The same, different citizens saying this article's good or this article's bad. Usually it's a unanimous opinion.
Right.
This article's bad or this article's good. So I was like, okay, this is interesting. So I went in and I read it, and it became very clear to me how you decided if it was good or bad. If you focused on only the negative things, it looked like they went out of their way to be negative. But in doing so, you ignore the fact that they also did positive. With each negative thing, there was a positive thing, or it was what we call a point counterpoint system in journalism. It's a basic journalistic process when you're doing a reporting, especially when you're reporting on hearsay, which a lot of this was hearsay. It was what Chris Roberts said versus what anonymous employee said, or things like that.
But it's the difference between like stated testimony and anonymous testimony, right, which is very weak in a court of law and even in historical standards. So,
but in reading all 5 of them, now 2 of them were reposts. That's the other thing people don't realize. And it's funny, one of the reposts, when it first came out by itself, people were loving it. They were talking about how this is a great article. It was the one about meeting the super backers. And people were talking about how this is an amazing article. It's a great article. It's finally telling our side of the story. When they reposted
by our boy
people
Rich
were like,
from Red Bull.
When they reposted it, people were, this is a terrible article. It's clickbait. It's negative. It makes us look like we're all idiots. Wait a minute. This is the same article a month ago.
Same article.
It's word for word. It was the same article. They didn't change anything. And it was just because people were looking for a reason to be negative. With that in mind, in reading all of it, I think all of it was fair. It did not tell us some of the things it told us we didn't want to hear. Some of the things it told us we may not agree with it. Some of the things we told us we agreed with, but it gave the entire thing beginning to end, and it was a novel. I mean, it really was. I think it comes out to be something like 50,000 words, which is just shy of a novel officially. But the entire thing beginning to end was a fair representation of the development of Star Citizen, why it has been a controversial development. Whether you agree with it should be a controversial development or not, it did tell you why it has been a controversial development. And it ended on what I consider to be a positive note, which is, if CIG, or can CIG do it? Yes. Will they do it? I don't know. I think that's where a lot of us are, if we're honest with ourselves. Well, I think we all think CIG can do it. We just don't know. We can't say 100% they are going to do exactly what they say they're going to do. And we've all said that at one point or another, that at some point this game is going to get released and there's going to be some things that were promised for, they're probably not going to be there. And that just happens with games.
That just happens with life. Are you kidding me? How many times have we...
That's reality.
It's just like...
That's
shit.
Immersive.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is...
My immersion.
My thing is, I may not get everything at launch, but I'm expecting most of the things, or maybe all of the things, somewhere down the line.
Yeah, no, I can't...
Yeah, because launch isn't the end.
No.
Right.
I mean, let's look at World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft is still releasing expansion patches, and it's been around for over 10 years. Like
and EDs are what now they're getting a new patch, right?
There's like
They're
a,
halfway
talking
through the
about
life
year two.
cycle.
Elite Dangerous
is
has
what
been
they're saying.
around in how long? It's been or like Elite Dangerous has been around for like 2 years. I wanna
Yep.
say.
Oh,
It's
only
coming.
two.
It's coming up on 2 years now.
And
Yeah.
they've almost got all the stuff that they promised at launch ready to go in the next update.
Right.
So No Man's Sky fan, don't worry.
That's the point. Right?
I don't
what we
think-
see on launch isn't going to be like I know there's going to be those people like we were promised procedural planets. Bad example. We're getting that. I know that, but we were promised procedural planets. Where are my planets? That's in a year. That's okay because that keeps the content fresh. You're going to be excited because let's say the game launches and there's no space stations. You can see the outside, but then in 6 months now you can go in the space station and live there. So I don't see that as being a bad thing. I actually think that's normal, and I know that's the plan anyways, right? So they're going to get a functional game and then build on it.
And I'm sure what they'll do originally is they'll release it in a beta where they've got like maybe 7 systems at launch, like 7 to 10 systems at actual
Will this thing
launch. of the
ever
game.
not be beta?
I have some comments on our dearest Kotaku people.
Okay.
So if you guys haven't read INN's comments on it, Nakara put up a post about it. I do not share a lot of his opinions on it, so all opinions expressed by me are mine and not INN's. But
Or CIGs.
no, they are CIGs.
Yeah, they are CIGs, 100%. Everything that is in the QA section is 100% confirmed CIG. Especially any comments that Eric McKetton makes about his farts.
Yes. So I did want to say, like I think a lot of what Eric said is kind of nailing it. Is like we're pretty close, and as a member of the gaming press, I mean I do have one of these things.
He has a PAX.
I don't know what it does. Yeah, I don't know what it does. It's yellow.
He probably got it from Tokyo. Honestly, that's how
So is
Tokyo rolls.
Yeah. But honestly, like a lot of people kind of react harshly to the very blunt and straightforward language that journalists have to use.
Right.
There's no getting around it. They have to use that language. These are the same people who would actually turn around and look at like I use them as the butt of a joke all the time, and I'm going to do it one more time, and I promise I'm going to stop. But the GameSpot or IGN hype pieces who are like, these are the 5 reasons that you should own this game coming this fall, and that's obnoxious.
Yeah.
But on the other end of the spectrum,
It also reeks of desperate selling out.
Exactly. But so in order to avoid that, people who write editorials on things will often lean towards the negative just slightly in order to at least preserve that little shred of objectivity that no one in games journalism has.
Yeah.
No one.
Right.
Don't let anyone tell you there's such a thing as an objective opinion. It doesn't exist.
Nope.
Again, take what I say with a grain of salt, because I'm obviously a fan of Star Citizen. I would not be sitting in this podcast if I weren't.
No, we just dragged him on here to squawk about being a Canadian. That's what we usually here for.
And here's the thing, and Hellcat says it was full of opinions. That's what an editorial is. Yeah. An editorial is an opinion piece.
But it was opinions of both sides of the argument.
Yes.
That's the thing.
And
is he
that's
saying
the
it wasn't
thing.
neutral?
We haven't seen something so well researched about Star Citizen coming out of third-party journalism ever.
Yeah.
That article was fantastically researched.
Mhm.
It was full of interviews. Like again, people use anonymous sources all the time in games journalism because the industry is very cutthroat.
It's incestuous too. You
very much so.
I have learned from my experience as a streamer that all my contacts have moved at least 4 times in the industry.
Yep.
They've moved 4 times with 4 different companies.
If they say one bad thing publicly about one company, that would ruin their career.
Yeah.
Forever.
To go anywhere else, because it is very like it's a very close knit community. It's very competitive, but it's very close knit because people move around so much, and honestly that's the thing too. Like you do have to take those articles as an editorial because the person writing it does have an opinion and they are going to express it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole point of the article.
And just to be clear, for those of you out there that might think that those authors had negative or were trying to do hit pieces on Star Citizen, all but one of them are backers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
there were three different authors, I believe, and 2 of them are backers. The other one, we don't know if that one is a backer or not. We just know
especially
2 of them said they are backers.
Especially that first article that was just
$2,500
full of research. Yeah. That guy's been a backer since the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So he obviously wants this project to succeed, and see that's the thing too, is that there's this push pull with
Jake, I'm gonna time you because we've got some
Yeah.
time left, and we've got 20 questions to get through. So
it's one of those things where my only point is just when you see stuff like that, the tendency is to react, especially with some of the language that they have to use, and titles will always be clickbaity. That's how they get clicks. That's the function of the title.
I will never, ever, ever apologize for putting a clickbaity title in a YouTube video because fuck you. That's how you clicked it. Why you clicked it in the first place, you jackass. Take
that with a grain of salt and look at the research that goes into it. If it's got the research, it's good.
So homework for Game Case next week. Read the articles and come and tell us what you think.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I actually read them, and do we have time? You want me to?
Yeah, just be kind of quick. But it's. I mean, the only reason why.
I'm sorry.
I could do an entire show on just the article and still not be done. Right. But go ahead, Game Case, and what we'll do is we'll hopefully everyone go just a little bit over. I don't want to I know some people have got shit they got to do, so I want to make sure everyone's cool with just a little bit.
I'm not sleeping tonight.
Just make sure you pull the raffle, or else there'll be tons of people pissed.
Right. Yes, the raffle has been closed for a bit, so I have to pull it in. But anyways, let's go. Go ahead, Game Case, get your opinion, and then we're gonna do lightning rounds. So,
looking from the outside in, I understand everybody. I feel like a lot of the upset that is going on with it's a negative article. It's picking all the bad things. Well, guys, you're coming from the standpoint of fans that have thousands of dollars into this game, hundreds of dollars that are hugely invested emotionally, financially, spiritually, and I don't know, intimately with Star Citizen, which I'm getting there. I'm with you guys. But I thought this article was extremely fair. I thought it pointed out a lot of things coming in as a backer that I was worried about, a few things that I didn't know about, and some things that made me feel a whole lot better. I think Eric made some absolutely phenomenal points, and I couldn't say anything better than him, so I'm going to shut up.
Okay.
I mean, that's how we function. Is we just let Eric speak for all of us because he
also has lots of lawyers.
Journalism. I once almost finished an entire Garfield comic strip.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's more than most can say.
Running achievement of my life, actually. That was podcast.
So, moving on. We're going to do lightning rounds. We're going to do it really quickly. We're going to try to answer as much as possible. Jim, the instance manager, asks, the feature list for 3.0 includes all of Stanton planets in their primary landing zones, along with the basics of most professions and tons of more stations. Now, do you think we will actually get when do you think we'll actually get an initial 3.0 release? I think he meant like this year.
Maybe December.
Christmas, yeah.
Yeah.
They like to do something really cool at Christmas so that we have something to do when we're on vacation.
And then leave the office.
Yes. And leave us with the buggy hot mess that is
with all of the servers on fire.
Yeah.
Yep. No, they bring back the tech guys and let them stay over for Christmas. And
volunteer to work over Christmas. Yeah. Fuck that, But no, they've done it every year, and I know Chris has constantly been saying he doesn't like doing it, but then he still does it. So it's like
and I love it. I love the
Yeah.
fact that I'm on vacation and I can actually put some time into it.
All right,
So-
next question is from Martin Miggs. Do you think we will see anything on wormhole travel at CitizenCon? Jump point travel? Yes. I think we'll see at least the initial
Why not?
pre-res or pre-vis or something like that, or initial passes on that.
I don't know. I think they're going to focus if it fits in with that. Well, probably yes, because I imagine that would have
Squadron
something to
42.
do
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
that
Squadron 42, that's what I was
mission.
thinking.
Yeah, that I bet there will be some form of jumping in that Squadron 42 mission.
Yep.
So yeah.
All right, next question comes from T-Dog888. What will your main job be in Star Citizen? Space bartender. It doesn't
Industry.
exist. It's not an actual career. I am forcing it to happen. I will do it
Industry.
even if I have
Sorry.
to drag a like crates over and be like, "This is my bar. Come to my bar. Enjoy my booze." You know.
My whole org is mercenaries, so that's what I'm gonna do.
All right, yeah, Nubifire, McKetton.
I'm Fast Car's pimp.
Perfect.
Miss Hartz.
I don't know
I better
yet.
have your money.
Pew pew.
What was the
Gigas.
question? I'm sorry, Dolvac showed up.
I'm running the piracy department for the B&G org.
Pirate. Okay. Fast card.
Evidently, I'm working for Eric.
Damn straight you are.
No,
make
I'm
my
doing
money.
industry, manufacturing, mining, stuff like that.
And Jake.
What was the question? Dolvac showed up
What
in
is your
chat. He
main job
distracted
going to
me.
be in Star Citizen?
I wish to be the Space Jay Leno. Collect one of every vehicle.
And have your own
Ah.
late night podcast or late night broadcast
Yep.
on the Spectrum?
And I'll show you all my fancy vehicles.
You don't-
You
I'm
you
going
already
to
have
need
a
that-
chin.
You're going to need an impressive chin in game. Your character's going to need like a sword for a chin in order to do the Space Jay Leno.
Yes. I am going to use mining to fund that endeavor.
Okay. So you will be a miner.
Yes.
You
You
won't have
already look like a
pirate.
pirate.
If we're going to be assigning characters, I would like to be the Jim Leahy of Space Piracy.
Awesome.
Yes. Yes. Please. All right. Next question comes from Reckless Fury. Who on the panel is still interested in role playing their characters?
Absolutely. My Twitch name is a character I wrote and created before I ever started streaming for Star Citizen. So it's not only role playing, but he's got a whole backstory and his family's got a story that goes along with it and all that. It's about a 30,000 word story I've written so far for him. So,
That's
yeah.
my plan for National Novel Writing Month is to write Star Citizen.
No
So
bullshit.
next month, get to work.
No role play.
Well, no, I mean, I'm actually doing, I'm like editing together the first 2 episodes of a Let's Play, like narrative Let's Play series that is like the background of like why I'm a space bartender, and I'm taking heavy inspiration from people like Frankie on PC and Mr. Moon, who do very light role playing. Well, they like role play and they'll play a character, but generally speaking, they're still playing a game, and but they're like they interact with it. They kind of blur that line here and there, just kind of for the sake of storytelling. And I like that style to it, so I'm gonna definitely bring that in. So
Yeah,
I'll
when you're
probably-
watching his Let's Play, the drunk one in the corner that's slightly on fire is Dolvac.
he's right next to Bristol Boy, who's is it
Yep.
no, it's miserable, who's also in the corner, and he's trying to sell you shit. That's how that
Yep.
rolls.
Both of them are on fire.
Yeah.
I just wanted you guys to know when you all asked me why I'm not going to CitizenCon, the reason is in chat right now.
Is it Dolvac?
It's Dolvac. It's Dolvac.
No, I was going to say that I'll probably roleplay in the single player, the Squadron 42, but in the multiplayer PU, I'll probably just be myself.
I'll be myself as if I were in that universe.
as if he was a space Jay Leno.
Jay Leno.
if I had the resources in that I will have in that
Stars.
universe, that's what I would do. So
he would kill Jay Leno and put on Jay Leno and become Jay Leno.
lengthen my chin.
All right. Next question comes from Cameron Wink.
What?
Wilkie? Wilkie? I guess
Wilk.
Wilkie? Cameron Wilk.
Wilk.
I know some of you have plans for pre-show on Sunday. Others, I don't know yet. What's planned? Alcohol. Lots of alcohol. No,
Redacted.
on Saturday we're actually going to be doing a live captain's table from LA, where I'm just going to drag as many people as I humanly can. Like, I'm going to be dragging like Jake and Dovak.
Where is this going to be?
Selfie stick.
Yeah,
Right?
no, it'll be at I think it'll be at one of the probably the Test Gaming House or something like that, depending on who has the rig. If no one brings a rig, because that's what happened with TwitchCon, is that I was expecting people to bring rigs and they didn't.
Periscope it.
I'm bringing my rig down, and I will drag people to my hotel room so we can record it. You know, it'll be a party in the hotel room.
That does not sound good.
Good luck dragging me in my cart.
I will drag your
Hotel
car.
rooms in Dolvac. This is not for success.
Alrighty. But is there any other plans you guys are having before Sunday?
Yeah, Redacted's going to get together and do dinner, and I'm pretty sure Soros wants to go. I know right now he's like super busy, right? But he wanted originally to use that to get subscribers to come and visit and like set up a place where people would meet, like a hangout. But I don't think under the circumstances with him being at CIG, that's going to work out like that. But I'm still planning to do that. Anyone who wants to hook up with me, I'm on Discord. Like it's weird. Discord's actually become kind of like a Facebook, right? So
Yes.
if you
Strangely,
know,
yes.
yeah. So if you know you're there and you got me on Discord, I'm sure this is similar for most people. If I don't want to talk to you, I'm not going to answer. But if you say, hey, I want to meet up at like something, I'll say yes, let's do that. So that's what I'm planning to do, anyways.
Alrighty.
Just real quick, all of the INN people, there was going to be like 10 of us there. We are going to be crashing both of the official CIG bar citizens. So
Crashing.
yes. So
Or
if you want to, let's see, if you want to play with Eris's bow tie,
I've played
you
with his
can-
bow tie. It's
you
Go
can
on.
come. You can come to any of those. It's going to be me, Eris, Vince, who edits all of the things. If you don't know who Mr. 6Fs and Caps is,
He's also really, 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 really stressed all the time. That's what I've learned from Bulkheads, is that he's always stressed. I blame INN, but you know
he does the majority of the like other than Fiendish, he does a lot of the post production on Bulkheads. So and then Dolvac, Stormy Winters, who is our head of fiction, Canadian Syrup, who is the man behind the transcripts every week, Wolf Larson, our CEO, Sunjammer, who also does the transcripting, Mr. Fastcar to below. I mean, they know you're going to be there. You already said this. Fastcard is everywhere. He's omnipresent. I think that's everybody. If I'm forgetting someone, Nakara, obviously.
And I do believe there is a BNG meetup. There's a BNG
At the
meetup
same time.
on Saturday, and then there's also a test barbecue and a test
Saturday.
after party. There's lots of, like, every single major content creator team is doing something in terms of an event you can get to.
It's because we make up 90% of the people attending CitizenCon.
And
So
and I'm going to bring this in really quickly, but and I think that I hope the panel will agree with this, is that I think next year they really need to start upping their game in terms of.
Oh, they do.
It can't be a 600 person. We're going to show off the game. It has to be like a day or 2 day event.
There were 2,000 in
2,000
Manchester,
people.
right?
Yeah, like a BlizzCon.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
in case.
I was gonna say, when I heard about CitizenCon, and can I just embarrass myself with my noobishness here?
Go for it. Do it.
Yes,
Please.
please.
Since we're in the
refreshing.
trust room, I heard CitizenCon. I was like, holy shit! Like, when's CitizenCon? Like Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Like, what do you guys do? Like a 2 day or what? Like, we do like a couple hours in the theater. We have a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
And I know it's so much more than that. I am officially dead now, as CIG now hates me. No, but like I know that they work hard on it, but you were just making the point that like I thought that's what this was.
It needs to be.
That's what I would
It needs to
expect
All right.
out of a game like this with these goals.
I don't want to get
it
CIG.
needs to be a 2 day con.
Yeah, I don't want to get any CIG employee in trouble, but I did hear grumblings that there are in fact
Murmurs.
the wait list for CitizenCon tickets is bigger than the actual amount of tickets they have
Oh, yeah.
sold. Like,
Oh
I
yeah.
believe that.
and so like they really need like a 3,000 to 4,000 person venue, and they need to do like panels where people like us come on and talk, or they need to do like arena commander events. They need to do a cosplay contest. They need to do they need to have like what they sort of did with BritisonCon, but
More.
over a day or two.
Gamescom.
The beautiful
Yeah.
train wreck that the captain's table panel would be.
Oh no! I'm
Oh,
if
glorious.
if this happens, I'm going to petition CIG to do a captain's table, and I'm just going to get a giant round table and put it in the middle of a lobby and just do it live and have everyone
my
standing
God.
around
Lots
us.
of liquor.
Yeah, it would
Here's the problem, though.
That'll
Paul.
end badly. Someone will say something you don't want on there.
One of the rules CIG has had so far with the streamers they work with officially is no cursing. So that's why they'll never let us.
They'll never let us on.
Actually, I don't curse, so I'll be okay with that, but I'm not a streamer.
Also, no dirty
So-
jokes.
I only curse when streaming.
Oh, well, dang, I'm out there.
Yeah.
Like if you remove cursing and dirty jokes, the captain's table lasts about 5 minutes once you edit that out.
Yeah. It'll just
I
be,
just make-
hi, this is the captain's table. What do you think? I like Star Citizen. I also enjoy Star Citizen. This has been the captain's table. Have a good night, you know?
Yep.
What is their ruling on really obscure jokes about the meta? Because that's me in a nutshell.
That's Ben's life right there.
That is
So
Ben's
I think they're
life.
okay with that.
Maybe
Okay.
and then making references about Star Wars. That's that's
First
That's
5 minutes
me.
of Star Wars.
yeah.
Wing Commander.
And Wing Commander. Talk a lot about about Wing Commander. All right. Next question comes from Obloggy. OMBLOGGHG. Hippopotamus asks, do you think there are any ships sold out that were sold too cheap?
What?
Like, I think
Sold
it's
out
like
or
any
sold
ships,
too
any
cheap.
like
Oh,
limited
or any
ships that were too cheap.
The
No.
Banu Merchantman.
No, the
Uh,
Starfare was. The Starfare
Was
was
$150
$100,
used to be.
$190, and then it went.
195, yeah.
Right.
175.
So, and I
when it
think that's
came
going to
out.
be all of them, actually.
Well, no, the
Within
Merchantman is
reason.
also the Merchantman's bigger actually now than the Starfare, and it was originally sold for 200.
The Caterpillar
250,
grew,
250.
250.
It was 250.
Idris grew. Like that question is yes, all of them,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Really.
All of them.
All right, next
In the
question
future.
comes
Next
from Blank. It says, "What's the best ship for missions after Star Citizen release? Whichever one you can fly."
Depends. Yeah, depends on what
Yeah,
you want to do.
Yeah. What's the mission?
If you're asking just like what's the best starter ship, like ship to start out with, it's either going to be a Mustang Beta or an Avenger, in my opinion.
The Avenger
It's-
Titan.
Aurora
Titans.
LN,
Yeah.
Aurora LN, I still think is one of the better ships out there because
The,
it's got
the
the
Aurora
It
no,
is.
it doesn't have the maneuverability. The Avenger
It is, but then you go like another
the
couple
Avenger
dollars
and
to get
the,
a Titan.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The Avenger and the Mustang Beta both have maneuverability, storage space, longevity. They've got stamina and style.
And the
And,
looks.
uh,
Yeah, I was going to
And
say.
you also broke one of the number one rules of this podcast. You called the Mustang Beta the Mustang Beta.
Yeah, it's the Bang Stang.
Ooh.
Well, that's because there are
Mustang,
people that are
yo.
asking about ships that don't know what it is.
You still refer to it as the Bang Stang,
The-
and then I
the
explained
blue
it's Mustang
one-
Beta.
The blue one with the number stuck to the side.
Next question comes from Fastcart. It says, "What's the best way to turbo my ride?"
That's not with that. No. I did not.
That's hilarious.
Well, Fastcart, I think we need to get you together with some top
Elon
men
Musk.
at
Well-
CIG and
well,
and
a bunch
Elon
of test
Musk.
a bunch of test members have volunteered to pimp my ride, so I don't know what the deal is going to be with a bunch of drunk nerds around the park, but
You
we'll
need
see what
wings.
the result of that will be.
If it's CIG, you have to have wings that fold inwards.
It also
No-
needs
no
to
one-
go stupid fast, even though it shouldn't. Like, it should be going so
Yeah.
fast that it has no business going fast, and then they'll nerf it, so then you go super
Yeah, and then
slow.
two
And
years
then we
later,
give it
they'll cut the
afterburn.
speed in half.
Yeah.
But knowing test, they'll put a Jado pack or Jado rocket on my car, and I'll be the next Darwin Award winner.
It won't be Jetto. It'll just be a bunch of firecrackers. Let's be honest with
Bunch
that.
of helium balloons.
I'll be like a Wile E. Coyote cartoon.
Next question.
You
comes
guys
from-
all wanted it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was like way off timing. Now the joke. I was going to say you guys all wanted it to be in LA and Mark Hamill to be there. It's actually, you didn't know. It's in LA because it's close to MTV Studios, and they can do a mashup with Exhibit. And that's it's actually even a real crossover. Pimp My Ride, Star Citizen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sorry. Took a while.
They scrapped,
No problem.
the next great Star Marine, and this is what they're doing instead.
Next great cart.
Next great cart, space cart. Next great space cart. Anon asks, if you were in a Star Citizen spaceship, what ship would you be? The Bankstang.
Yep. That's the only answer to that question.
Yeah. Moving on. The only other correct answer is Aurora. Which one? Yes.
Yes. The CL, because you can't get any more.
Yeah. Almighty Oompa Loompa asks, how hard do you think the scanning mechanics will be?
That golf ring, man.
Like anything, if you do them a little bit, they're going to give you a little bit of reward. And if you're very good at them and you can, the game, as it were, your skill's good, you should get more out of it.
Super Smash
sounds
Brothers. Low
Sounds
barrier
very
to
vague.
entry, high skill ceiling.
I think I'm going to program my voice attack to do it for me. Honestly,
Right.
That's what I've seen so
Huh,
far.
that's a good idea.
Orion,
I was thinking-
start scanning.
I was thinking there'll be different mods. So like you can get a mod that's like really expensive, but it has it's slow to reach the peak, so you have more time to get the correct scan than not.
Excuse me.
Alrighty, next question comes from Odd Hua. I'm looking to get a pledge, and I have a set limit of 75 pounds. I think it's pounds. Might be euro. I can't.
Avenger Titan.
What ship should I be
Next
looking out
question.
for multi-purpose solo play? Yeah, Venture Titan.
Avenger
Or the
Titan.
Bang Sting. Or the
You have
Bang
to
Sting.
upgrade to it because you can't buy it.
Yep. You have to
Stupid,
buy
yeah.
a like
Mustang Alpha.
Alpha, and then you can upgrade it to a Titan. Yeah.
Or the yeah.
Cameron's in here too.
We
We got all the CIG peeps in here.
all of the CIG.
Yeah, he actually
Zylo's
asked a
here too.
question.
Oh Jesus Christ! CIG's here.
two.
Abort! We're not here. Oh God.
Paul realized one of the questions he asked came from Cameron because he was too busy trying to remember how to pronounce
Yeah.
his last name.
We knew he was here. You said his name.
Is Cameron CIG?
Wow, that flew extremely over my head.
That's why we were like, it's Wilkie, and you're like, how do you pronounce this? We're like,
I am failed.
didn't-
I am
thought that
failed.
was
I did not recognize a CIG employee. I have failed.
See, here's the
I didn't
thing.
know his last name.
I didn't-
Cameron.
All I heard was the
I'm sorry.
last name, and I didn't hear the I to make it Wilkie.
Well, key. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm
Hi,
terrible.
Cameron. Hi.
I
Cameron,
will commit seppuku now. Yeah.
Cameron, you gave us INN people love. We love you.
Next question comes from Hasaga. Did any of you create an I Am Star Citizen 30-second video that CIG was asking for in the forums of CitizenCon? Funny story, I did, but I did it at TwitchCon at the BNG house before they actually fixed the fucking green screen. So mine looks like a retarded, like, early 2000s, but HD, but an early 2000s kind of like my head's not cropped properly and all that kind of stuff. And so it looks good. I think I did a really good job on it. But yeah, fuck you. Like, God damn it, BNG. Shakes fist into sky.
I was
Not
actually
another day.
gone for the weekend for my little sister's wedding. But so I didn't do mine until yesterday evening, so I hope I got it in time.
Alrighty.
Deadline was today, right?
Yeah, it was
Yes,
yesterday.
Today.
Yesterday.
I quoted Silas Kerner in mine, so there's that.
Next question comes from Satan Sedangian. I can't even know. It's STA whatever. Fuck it.
Oh, geez.
Hippopotamus 2. Hippopotamus 2 asks.
Hippopotamus.
This is a stupid question, so it's going to be taken to game case.
Game case.
And this is also a trap, so please answer properly. How old is Miss Hearts, Kappa?
So
Who asked this?
Hippopotamus 2 asked this.
No, who is it?
SATANIGATAN.
I don't know who this is. Okay.
So I'm only getting like, I don't know, about 720-30. So I'm gonna say
Say 29.
mid 20s,
Say 29.
big 24,
Yeah, there we go.
Just kidding.
There we go.
big 24. I would think so. I would hope so. Like I want to feel like she's old enough to go out to drink with me, but like she's not gonna throw up on my shoes on the way out.
Oh, I'm
was once
certainly not
told-
going to do that.
I was once
I
told
don't
that
know.
if you choose 29 as an age, then anyone who's older that won't be super offended, and anyone that's younger
Will be
you haven't totally pissed them off. So 29 is the right answer from now on.
usually if you're younger
Alright.
than 29, it's a compliment that you're 29. If you're older, it's like, hey, it's a compliment because I look younger.
Right? Yeah.
And I think the actual question should be how old is the game case, and then I'll throw it down because that's obviously what he was actually asking.
I'll
so.
answer the question.
29. Perfect.
That would be awesome.
I think Hippopotamus 2 is also asking for your number there, the game case. So I mean,
I'm 33, and you can reach me on. I'll send you a whisper. Some other sites that involve webcams. We'll talk later.
My
Bleep me.
grinder profile is
He has he has a wide portfolio of live streaming.
Yeah, I'm on Grinder, Tinder, and Friendster.
Friendster.
if you want to
all
answer the
those.
question, by the way, Ms. Harsh, feel free. But it's a stupid question.
I'm
and you should feel
35.
bad about it.
See, 29 is a win.
Alrighty. Next question asks from what will be more profitable, mining or shipping? And the question is, what will be more profitable, mining or shipping?
You don't know because you don't know if you're mining in some
That
fucking pirate
that was-
space or
yeah.
That
Yeah.
was
Don't
also
you
a
need-
stupid question by putting
Yeah,
your
just
name.
fire that the game case. That's
Game
your
case.
answer.
Your answer.
Well, if you're mining specifically troglodytean aphrodisiac crystals out in Sector 7B, you will see about a 17 to 18% gain over shipping on the mainline systems. If you go a little bit out of the mainline systems, you can see a little bit of an increase there. I'll share a spreadsheet with you after chat that will explain most of these things. But it's really going to it's really all gonna roll down to the fidelity that you're able to produce. Either one of them.
Bingo. That was the last word I expected to follow.
Melody.
That was good.
Someone out there's playing the drinking game.
Paul, when you asked that question, I thought you said mining or stripping. I was like, stripping, obviously.
Stripping obviously is the more profitable venture.
No, it all depends on. Never mind.
Aris,
It's just like, trust me, sometimes it's
Alright,
not that
Lightning
profitable.
round. I have a plane to catch, y'all.
sorry. Aris asks, what do you guys think
Aris.
about the upcoming SCM speed changes?
We
First
don't
off,
care anything what
Can't-
Eris
can't
says.
talk
Next
about it.
question.
next
Talk
question.
about it.
Paul,
I can talk about it.
I
I'm not a fucking. Anyways,
Some of us
Go
here
for it.
cannot talk about
Okay.
it, so yeah. we have-
iMapness asks, will Star Marine be included in the standard game packages? Yes.
Yeah.
Next question comes from Cameron Wilkie. Would you want to see esports at CitizenCon 2017? Yes.
Yes.
yeah.
And
Very yes.
all of us will have accepted your offer to be part of this esports game 2017. Thank you, generous for your
Citizen
offer
Esports,
there.
or-
Yeah, Star Citizen Esports, I think is what it was.
Okay, or like League of Legends.
Yeah, Star
No, we're gonna
Citizen.
bring LOL to CitizenCon next year.
Smash Brothers.
Welcome to Citizen God. Dota's over there. Have fun with it.
Next question comes from
The guys at Epic got excited for a second, thinking finally they could find a market for their game. But no,
Paladins is here.
Paladins. Nobody even plays Paladins at another event. It's the only game to play. Yeah, we won't. We won't
There's
play
8 people in the finals because that is the player.
That's a callback to a conversation we had before the podcast started.
it. Best kind of callback.
Pedrophile asks, "Can I have one of your dirty socks?" No.
Yes.
I'm not wearing
Sure.
any.
Yeah, I don't wear.
I'm
socks.
also not wearing
Ooh,
any.
that's brand new news. That's super sexy. Miss Hartz doesn't wear socks.
I do wear socks in the Red Hot Chili Peppers method. If you want to wear those, I'd like to have those.
I am old enough to know what that means.
You can smell my feet at next CitizenCon.
Yes.
I'll offer that.
For $5.
$5.
Dorelius asks, "Do you think the Reclaimer will be available for sale during the anniversary sale? And how much do you think
Yes.
it will be?" I think yes, and I think it'll probably be about
$350
more. Yeah.
Well, that's what it was. 350 was the actual price.
If it's still a concept, it will be the same price.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
But it'll go. You better buy it. You better buy it now because it's gonna go.
Yeah. Frederick Mark. I'm gonna go on. Frederick Mark.
Drunk.
I am reaching
Fred
Supreme
Durst
Tokyo
asks.
levels of misread right now. I am reaching Supreme Tokyo levels.
Fred Durst
On
asks,
him. He's rubbing on him.
The color of your shirt plus object on your right. New name for your genital. Your genital? You only have one genital? That's pretty sad, Fred.
I'm
Mark.
sorry. I already
That's-
promised my wife I would not rename Godzilla.
Also, that's a
so
stupid
I
question. Go ahead, game case.
I can't even. I don't know. Okay. Oh well. The purple 9,
There we go.
which is oddly not at all descriptive of. I'm gonna stop right there. It's very short and also skinny.
The next question comes from
Blue Pudge Hook?
a Derek.
Black Jurassic World.
Fast card, that is your new name. Black Jurassic World. Oh my god. Just Black Jurassic. That's just it. Derek asks, how will the large dedicated combat ships make money in lore? By blowing the fuck out of things that need to get
By
blown
being
the fuck
prepared
out
to
of.
blow the fuck out of things.
The other big things, the other big large combat ships, which are making money by stealing the shit out of other things.
Just like in real life.
yeah.
Just like in real life. Right. Like mercenary. Same thing.
I'm sorry, I'm still
Elegant
stuck on
Elegant
Black
asks,
Jurassic
Test
World.
Squadron, is that Test Alliance from Eve and Org Imperium, or is that Goon Swarm from Eve? No. None of the only organization that has any connection with Eve that I know of is Goon Wrathy, which are the goons from, and they're not even really that.
No. Yeah,
The-
the only connection they have is that they're all from the same forum. Something off.
Yeah, like the Test Squadron isn't even the same thing as Test from Eve.
No.
It's not even the same as Test from Elite. Like Test from Elite Dangerous is a completely different organization from Star Citizen. So yeah. Next question is a stupid question. What of LTI will be on sale in Star Citizen? Because that was the question. That was the person who
Polaris.
asked the question, and then that's also the question. So
That's the name.
game case, go for it.
Okay, sorry. I need that one more time.
Okay, what of LTI will be on sale in Star Citizen? Asks what of LTI will be on sale in Star Citizen?
Okay, well, here you go, guys. Come one, come all. Step right up to the booth here at CitizenCon. We're not only going to have socks, we're not only going to have rocks, we're going to sell you some spaceships, we're going to sell you some race ships. I really don't even know what LTI is, so we're selling all the things. Stop up by the LTI booth. We'll give you whatever you want. High discounts, low prices. Come see me and my buddy Sal, the space youth car salesman. It'll be great.
CIG, you
When
better
did-
have an
when did
LTI booth
Quark-
at Star CitizenCon. Otherwise, I am not going. There needs to be.
When
just
did
an LTI
Quark
booth.
join the podcast?
He is both Neelix and Quark. Next question
You'll always
comes.
trust somebody named Sal when it comes to
The
buying.
actual answer though was Polaris and Hoplite.
Yes, the Polaris and the Hoplite.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go.
any
and
concept
LTI stands for
ship
lifetime
Today I learned.
insurance,
Usually,
which means that if you buy it with lifetime insurance, you have the base insurance of the ship. It lasts forever. That's what it means.
See, I knew that now that I'm not on the spot, and
Yeah.
I feel really silly.
Xylo asks, when do you arrive for Star Citizen? I arrive for CitizenCon. I am misreading like a motherfucker today. Hello, this is Reverse the Verse. My name is Supreme Tokyo.
You gotta crank up your gain if you're
difficult
gonna
to
do that.
see.
You gotta be fuzzing out everybody's speakers.
But I
Tomorrow
arrive
night.
Friday night. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's going to be. Is it in order time? Anytime between 7 and 10, depending on when I can get out of work. So, and
Thursday.
You're even Thursday. Jake,
Yep.
when you're driving to tomorrow, right?
I'm going tomorrow. Then the one half of INN is arriving on Thursday. The other half is arriving Saturday morning.
Miss Hartz, when are you leaving?
Friday afternoon.
Okay, you'll be there phone after and fast
I'll
card
be there Friday afternoon.
Tomorrow night.
tomorrow night. Okay, yeah. So mostly between tomorrow and Saturday. I think most of us will be there before Sunday.
Hi, Mike. Sorry, I just wanted to say hi to Mike from
Is Infrared Mike here? Hi,
Mike,
Mike.
yeah.
Mike was a.
Hi, Mike.
I actually met him at TwitchCon. I meet him at every convention, but I met him at TwitchCon and his wife, and they were wonderful.
I still don't understand how a down to earth, intelligent guy like him spends all his time hanging around with Tokyo. But yeah.
Next question
It's
comes
the odd
from. Also, to Xylo, stop teasing me. Stop telling me
Stop
all
it.
of all of
Stop
that
it.
that CitizenCon is gonna be amazing. Stop it! Stop it! I need to manage my own hype levels. Chris Staler asks, do you think Star Citizen will be first on Twitch in the day of Star CitizenCon? Yes.
Yep.
It was
10,000%.
It was first. It was the first
Hang
in.
on.
That wasn't first. It was number 2 in Gamescom.
Are there any planned tournaments for this weekend? Does anybody?
That's a good question.
No.
That's how you're going to know. If there's no tournaments, then
Is LCS going on, or did that happen already?
Well, there's usually a gap between TwitchCon and PAX Australia, and PAX Australia and BlizzCon are happening in next month. So usually Blizzard's not doing anything, which usually means, and if there's a PAX, usually the big guys aren't doing anything either. So
Does anybody know? In the chat, does anybody know when LCS is happening? Because that's the only thing I can think of.
how about you?
yeah, if there's a tournament, it'll knock us off. No matter.
Are they?
what.
Hold on. Are they airing the debate?
They
actually,
could be
On Twitch?
I'm not
Or
kidding.
they
People
might
watch
be.
Citizen
No,
Con.
they did in the
Yeah.
past. They didn't do it with the last one, which was actually kind of odd. But the previous debates, of
conventions.
Republican and
Yeah, they did the
Democrat, they
convention.
were all on Twitch. So it's
So
yeah.
I have the easiest answer to that. If you want that to happen, all the citizens have to get off their asses and actually
And
go
buy
watch.
V-Bots. No, sorry.
No, don't
Actually, open
You
a
host-
Twitch account.
Even
Most
if
of
you
you
have
have
two
Amazon
people,
Prime as it is, so you now
You
have
have
a
two
free
followers.
sub.
You have 2 followers you host
Yeah.
because one of those 2 followers might host again. So if you want that to happen, then do it. I know I'm going to be hosting the crap out of it.
Yep. And Gua here asks, will I get continuing education credits for learning how to Dougie? That is another stupid question. Game case. Go for it.
Well, depending on which institute of higher learning you go to, for example, I believe in the most recent Harvard Medical Review, they actually classified dugging as an activity that will burn up to 1,400 calories per hour and placed it in their
Whoa.
physical education program as long as you were performing it within a safe zone on campus. Florida State University, however, does not classify dugging.
I like the 9 o'clock local news inflection. He's been going on
Years of podcasting. Years of podcasting.
Most of their students are entirely too drunk to actually perform a Dougie. It's really a horrible organization. You shouldn't go there. It's a great place. Go Knowles. I got nothing, man. What is this question about Dougie?
I don't know. It's Guan
It's
here.
not talking gamble.
It's Guan
It's a
here.
good. It's a thought.
This is the end of the podcast.
Yes.
I love you.
All right, the last couple
I love
ones
you,
we'll rapid fire.
Let's do it.
Prophet of Christ Roberts, dost thou believe in our Lord Christ Roberts and his work? This is a fucking temple to Christ Roberts. At the last time
Right?
we said we
Yes.
serve alcohol. We'll probably serve drugs in the game if there are drugs in the game. So yeah, of course. Fidelity, immersion, and the Holy Spirit, or whatever the fuck we're doing right now. Star Citizen asks, what actor of Squadron 42 would you want to see at CitizenCon?
Mark
Mark
Hamill.
Hamill.
Mark Hamill.
Moving
all
on.
of them.
All of
Bring
them.
the
yeah.
Exhibit.
Bring everyone. Yeah.
Exhibit.
Exhibit.
Crinson asks, how drunk would test captains be if they took a shot every time one of them crashed into an asteroid? We would.
That's
The
their
answer is
secret.
yes.
That's their secret. They're always that drunk.
We're always-
Drunk.
that's right.
Paul Shelley from the future asks, when did CIG say Star Citizen's going to release?
Next question.
Fuck you from me from the future.
The game case, that's a question for you.
Future Paul sucks.
As I said earlier, CitizenCon is actually just a cover for them to show the Rocketeer and then announce that they're going more a mobile Facebook route. I'm sorry. Some of the CIG team got really they had a lot of fun.
They saw the iPhone 7. They're like, well, that's it. That's it.
It's over.
Xylo asks, who are you most excited to meet at CitizenCon? Does not need to be a CIG dev. I'm gonna cop out and say Xylo, but in reality,
I was gonna say Xylo.
and in reality, I'm gonna cop out even more and be like everyone. Like I'm
There
looking
you
for.
go.
I was recognized 4 times by random people at TwitchCon. They're like, Paul Shelley? Is that Paul Shelley? And they recognized me because I had the helmet, like carrying the helmet around. They're like, that's Paul Shelley. That's Paul motherfucking Shelley.
Of course.
And so I was like, fuck yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. People being like, it's the space bartender. I'm like, yes, random person who I've never seen before. I am a Twitch streamer. You have seen my stream.
If
I
me-
feel
I
sorry for
was
the-
going, it would be Fastcart, to be honest. Like of all the people I know from the community,
Aw,
Fastcart's the
thank
one I
you.
want to meet the most in person.
Fastcar's
because
awesome.
I-
Kitten stole my
can
answer.
confirm.
Yeah.
Cam is giving you hearts.
I love me some
Fastcart.
Xylo, and I wanna meet Xylo. Pandering.
Yeah.
But
I owe Xylo some hugs.
but my real answer is Ben.
Ben. Ben is cool.
really
I
wanna meet
met
him.
him at TwitchCon. He was really cool.
That is something else. I've said this from the first time I ever saw him when he was talking about Wing Commander on a stream. He was getting so excited and grinning and whatnot. I will not be satisfied until I get a hug from Ben, because I have a feeling
Yep.
Ben gives the best hugs in the world. Like he just
He
looks
does.
like yeah, it's the kind of hug that there no problems exist when you're getting hugged by Ben.
I know this is rapid fire, but Eric made me think of something. I feel sorry for the random people in LA who have a red card and they're African American.
Are you being a dick? What do you mean fast? It looks like I'm fast at this thing.
Oh, the last question is from Xylo. Y'all should do a talent show themed captain's table. We're
That
going
would
to
be
do.
awesome.
We are going to do. I am going to do a karaoke themed.
Oh,
Even
God.
better.
I'm better at dancing than singing.
Then you can just
Wow.
dance while they sing.
Yeah,
You can just be in the background.
Please, yes.
we will do this. This will happen. I have promised karaoke nights on the in the past, and we will do karaoke nights.
When you do your
Sign me
when you
up for
do
that, Paul.
your captain's table live, make it a karaoke thing. Have like
I will
each
make
dance-
people
Oh
sing. I will
my
make
God.
Jake sing. So serenade.
Oh, I'll
Dovak.
do it.
I'll make him a
You
serenade.
see
Dovak.
the second half of my name.
Alrighty, I think that is the last question for the evening. Thank you guys all so much for hanging out with us. Follow all of these wonderful people. Please do. Let me do this.
You have to pull the name.
Did I? Oh, I do have to pull the name. Thank you. We have
Yeah.
to pull a name for the winner. For the Orion voice pack, there's literally only 5 people entered.
Okay.
and I'm one of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I enter? I missed this. Shit.
Alrighty.
Is it still open?
I can reopen it. I'm going to reopen it. I'm just going to reopen it and give you 5 minutes to enter right now, guys.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
How do
Because
you
I mean,
enter?
it is cool.
Oh no, I can just close it and restart it over. So everyone who has already entered has already entered. We're going to do it again though. Start.
So do we have to re-enter?
How do you?
No,
enter?
yeah, you'll have to re-enter. You'll have to re-enter.
Okay.
Okay.
What's
Boom.
I only
Started.
entered as a joke. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't. I'm one of the 5 people.
Type exclamation point sitcon. Exclamation point
There you
sitcon to
go.
get in.
That's better.
There
That's
we
more
go.
than 5.
This is-
That's
this
more
is
than 5
a-
people.
This is a HCS voice pack, the Orion HCS voice pack, and voice attack. So if you want the dulcet tones of why am I
Shatner.
blanking on his name? William Shatner. William
Commander,
Shatner.
Captain
The
Kirk.
shack.
The man who's climbing the mountain.
Climbing the mountain to make sex with the mountain.
To make sex with the
Xylo
mountain.
wants it.
then in the universe, this is a completely voice acted by William Shatner himself. It was originally done for Elite Dangerous, and they've modified it for Star Citizen as well. So, and I believe he's come. Did he come in and do some voice work for Star Citizen?
So that's the one thing I wanted to mention. Anyone in the community who's upset that they didn't hear the particular thing that they wanted to hear in the voice pack, contact tech support and tell them exactly what you want, because the next time they run that person through, that doesn't sound right. The next time they put that person in the studio, they'll record it for you. And it's awesome.
Run through. Does that mean
That's
does
exactly
that
what I
meant
meant.
Wash is going to be the next?
No,
voice?
I meant
I was gonna make that joke.
with a sword, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Too soon. Too soon.
Now I will. I will say this. I will request a DJ Knight voice pack just because I want DJ.
Yes.
I want DJ Knight's voice being like, "Hello, citizen. I'm your voice. Your voice guider. You know."
The next voice pack is going to be from the first 5 minutes in Star Wars. Just saying.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna end this stream end this giveaway here. Now that we've kind of explained it, it's been live for only a couple of seconds, and we have 51 entries. So I'm gonna give you guys I'm gonna set this clock to 1 minute, and it will auto close.
Hey, can I take that 1 minute real quick?
Go for it.
For something that we were just talking about. Like everybody's talking about meeting everybody. If you guys are coming into CitizenCon, like many of us, as maybe nerds, can I say that? Is that okay?
Yeah.
As nerds, don't be scared to walk up and say hi to any of these guys.
Yeah, you can come up to me and say hi. Yeah.
Come up and like anyone in the community, come up, say hi, spend some time with them. Disco, Xylo, Ben, Paul, Captain Flint, Sergeant Gamble, like everyone, Tokyo, everybody was crazy, nice, super awesome, big hugs, everything was great. At TwitchCon, you guys need to meet these people and hug them because they're all beautiful.
Just make sure it's me and not some random other black guy.
No, everyone go out in LA and start hugging African American men. It will make the world better.
And call them Black Jurassic.
No way this could go wrong. Paul, you're now legally liable for that.
But make sure they're not wearing a red or blue shirt, right, Eric?
Red or blue shirt, yeah.
Foolproof.
Alrighty.
All right.
Now we're going to draw the winner. Good luck to everyone who entered. If you do win, please send the Noobifier a message. Either whisper a message or like right now. Yeah.
Like right now.
And the winner is Everlazy. Congratulations, Everlazy. You're actually you just followed right before the cast started. So congratulations. You've won yourself a Star Citizen HCS voice pack with voice attack, with the Orion voice pack. You get William Shatner in your ship now.
Nice impersonation.
Fuck.
There.
Fuck.
I just posted up
There's
in
a
chat.
gremlin.
Click on me, whisper me.
There
Only
we
if you won. If you didn't, I know.
Thing on the wing of the plane. Some thing on the wing.
Woo! Alrighty, guys. With that, we're gonna sign off here. I'll probably be back on a little bit later for an hour or so, but I still need to catch up on sleep. So follow all of these wonderful people.
Yeah, I want to plug something real quick.
Plug
first.
I will be on Station 42 tomorrow night.
Be there. We're all of the hype. Also, we also may be doing another captain's table on Thursday. All these people will obviously either be there or will be. So it'll be much later. It'll be like midnight Pacific, like 3 a.m. Eastern, and it'll be like stupid early in the morning for Europe. The times may change a little bit, so you're seeing who I can get and when. Because if I can do the same time and get like Bristol Boy and Super Mac Brothers to show up and like Toby Tay to show up, then that'll be fine. I want to try to get like more people who are not going to be at CitizenCon who will be hanging out in the captain's table and talk about it. So hopefully we'll get that. Go for it.
I forgot to mention my spreadsheet, my package chart. No, not that package chart. The other package chart that that got me put on the map basically. And I also wanted to mention about the bounty hunting thing again. That Eugene Star is in charge of. So look for me, take a picture of me, go find Eden Star, and go find everyone else who's a bounty.
And be Luke, William Shatner has did a voice pack for voice attack with HCS voice packs called the Orion voice pack, which we just gave away. And you can say, hey, Orion, take off, and he'll be like, taking off, Commander, or something like that. He's like, legitimately, it'll be William fucking Shatner as your ship's AI kind of thing.
Like it's on my channel. So if you are interested in seeing it work, I've done a demo for there.
So it's on his channel. Like seriously, legitimately. Even the dude who did who's a dwarf, I forget what he was in
Vasco. So there's Tom Baker, who used to be a Doctor Who.
I had that one.
He's a Doctor Who. He's not anymore.
Yeah.
Data, Brent Spiner.
Mm-hmm.
They're all professionally voiced. It's not some guy who went on the internet and like took sound clips and made something. They actually sat the actor down with a script and read it professionally.
Mm-hmm.
So it's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I don't even.
It is a third-party system though. It's not in Star Citizen proper.
But it's licensed. It's licensed to be sold with the logo. It's a CIG. It's an RSI product.
And CIG has actually expressed interest in making it native support for those kind of things.
Right.
So, alrighty. With that being said, thank you also so much for hanging out with us. Hope to see you guys again soon. But if we don't, we hope to see you someday in the black. Have a good night, guys.
And we're sorry we didn't have enough time to get to Xylo tonight.
Yep. Sorry we couldn't get Xylo. Next time.
We would.
Next time.
I'm sorry, Xylo, we can bring you on the show, but we'll next time we'll see if we can't squeeze some time in to bring you on.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, we'll
little
do
bit
our
time.
best.
We'll
Sorry,
try.
Xylo.